Boom, boom. What's going on, y'all? It is every other Wednesday night here on 3 Star Draw and over on the Crusty Old Crow. That means it's time for the Backyard Battlefield with me, 3 Star Draw, Down South 77, whatever you want to call me. I'll probably respond. And my brother here, let me get your music ready. What's going on, my man?
Oh, I like how you tried to even set me up. Right before you press play, you asked me, "What's going on, my man?" Like I'm going to answer.
I was trying to pull one of them same time toys moves on you.
Tell you, I hate it when he does it. I hate it when you do it. Because like bite every time.
I think it's funny because you never know. You never know when it's coming.
Mhm.
And of course, Baldy does that too. So that's funny when they do it. Anyway, what's going on, man? How you doing today, Crow?
Oh, it's been friggin' busy, man. Like real busy week. I think I've had like hours out of the house for appointments and everything for every day this week up till Saturday coming up. So, yeah. That's about it. I had a fridge go down in the middle of the night last night and saved about $200 of groceries at the last minute, but running off very little sleep.
Yeah, I am as well. I haven't been sleeping super well, so it's a good idea to keep that beer fridge. And you don't drink, but you got a beer fridge, so good thing you had one in the garage.
Yeah, the beer fridge Darren's referring to is a massive fridge I've had for three houses since my ex and I lived in Edmonton. So just coincidentally got left in my garage and I was stuck with it. But thank God I was stuck with it because it worked last night.
So when I bought my property here where I live, I it had a trailer on it. It had a single wide trailer on it, and I lived in that trailer for about 3 years, and then I built the house literally right behind where the trailer was. The man that moved out of the trailer that I bought the property from left a refrigerator in the trailer. He was moving to a furnished apartment, and he was like, "If you need a fridge, I'm just going to leave this one." I was like, "Well, yeah, cool. I don't have to buy a fridge." So that was in 2002. That refrigerator is in my basement right now, keeping beers and extra ice packs and uh, camping condiments. When I just put those down there, it is still alive and going in my basement right now. And I have been through 4 upstairs. They just don't make them like they used to.
Yeah, then there's the underlying comment for everything we do. Even Joe's, they just don't make them like they used to.
Don't make them. They don't make the prices like they used to either. But we're going to talk about that in a little while.
Yeah.
So I hadn't had much going on really. Just working. Just Wednesday midweek. It's not Monday anymore. So yay. Um, didn't ran errands over the weekend. Didn't do a whole heck of a lot. I did go and I got pretzels ashes back, so I'm glad to get that done. So I got that back and got a urn ordered and all of that stuff. So I was glad to get at least all of that part of that ordeal over with. And that's really about it. I was did a few pictures here and not much going on. Went and picked up something we're going to talk about a little bit here in a little while, which is that thing right there.
That thing.
Yeah, that one. So we're going to talk a little bit about the latest issue of Energy Universe.
Scarlet issue or Scarlet miniseries issue 6.
So yeah, pretty much.
I like. I just saw Evil Dookie's comment there. If we can find it, I can't highlight it, but Evil Duke, he wants to know, did he just hear you said you have condoms in your fridge?
Oh, um, keep those in the freezer by my coffee.
Nothing like a good Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Boy, how would that work if you tried to roll on a condom that had been in the fridge? I don't
It
think that'd go
wouldn't.
over so well at my age.
You'd have to ask your great grandkids you've had for 20 years.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and say hi to the chat. And we'll do that, and then we'll kind of lay out what we're going to do tonight, what the idea was for tonight. So let's say what's up to the chat. Let's see. First in, we got Stanley Eberhard. What's going on? Saying book my flight to Joe Fest.
That's the big one. Yep.
Good
Good
deal.
job,
It's,
Stanley.
2 months and a week, I think, something like that. This week, 2 months from tomorrow, or whatever, something. 2 months. There's Dookie saying Crow kick a 3-star in his ass and wake him up. So waiting for Crow. He had to get up and said, "I'll be right back," and then we'll start.
Yeah.
There's Shane, Same Time Toys, saying, "What's good, everybody? What's going on?" Shane. Got Steve Martin is here. What's up, Steve?
I'm going to tell you right now, Shane, I got what's good, buddy.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
He's got it. He's got the good goods, and we're gonna show them to you. SCS Dogs in the house saying aloha all. What's up, SCS? Soul Brother number 1 is here saying, "What's good, folk? How you doing, man?"
It's good to see you, brother.
It's always good to see Soul Brother.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Butch checked in on both channels. I appreciate it. Hit that like on both of them if you're still on them, inclined.
I ghosted my own channel. I'm actually watching your stream on the TV because it was too hard to find mine. So I'm going to hit your like.
All right. Hey, that works for me. Need all the help I can get. Derek Holloman, what's good, everyone? What's up, Derek? Let's see. Got Cooking with Eric. Eric Thurman's here. What's up, Eric? Let's see who all else is in here. Ultramanch is here. What's happening, my man?
I'll be right back. I'm going to do everybody a favor.
Again?
No. I'm still here. I just had to get off camera because the camera angle is so bad right now, and I just can't F with it right now. But I'm sure nobody wants to stare at my nuts all night, so I'll pull the Professor Charles Xavier tonight. I could tell what you were all thinking.
You're looking at my balls. It was the condom comment.
I kept trying to stash my balls behind my name, but my name kept disappearing.
Somebody clip that, please. Send that to us. Oh my God. I think I have that same blanket too. I should go get mine.
Oh, there you go. Anyways, back to the chat. I didn't mean to distract from them. This isn't about me, it's about you and my balls.
that was a worthy distraction. Steve saying he just read that issue. Dookie shrinkage. Dookie, at least we're not drawing names out of the condom jar anymore. Oh, I still have the jar though. I've got it. I've got the jar. It's downstairs. There's Woody Triple Deuce going, condoms are for suckers. They take away all the feeling.
That's true.
You're not exactly wrong.
I've never been a fan myself.
Sometimes though, necessary evil. Kyle Jackson teleporting in. What's going on?
What's going on, brother? Good to see you here, buddy.
And 3-star. What's up, my man? Let's see who else we got. War Chest full of toys is here. What's up, War Chest? Let's see how Bobby Wald saying we're talking about the prices pretty soon. I'm gonna have to sign over my kids for the next wave of Joes. Man, maybe.
Possibly. I mean, I check with your kids.
I don't know how they'll feel about that, but maybe might be better at Hasbro. I don't know.
It's good to ask the kids if they have the next parent in mind. Give them a say.
Yeah, that's right. Always a good idea. We got Keegan Collins teleporting in from the Crow Network. What's up?
Good to see you.
Oh, let's see here. Sean Jones is here saying, "How's all the battlers? Getting older by the day, man, and feeling it." So I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry. If I missed you, shout your answer out. Shout your name out.
Mhm.
um, all right. So what we're gonna do tonight is basically, I'm still salty that the spoiler's $110. So
He is.
I thought I thought we'd go through some stuff, and um, we've got some stuff to pull up. We were going to do it a little bit differently, and I did actually find some catalog pages, like we talked about. We got a couple websites where we can look at stuff, but we wanted to look at stuff, some of what it cost back in the day, and then talk about what it would be if classified made it. And look, when we get to this, it's not um we don't want them to make it or nobody wants that. This is, let's say they've already come out and done a fan stream and name drop this stuff and we're getting it. So I want to know what the tipping point is. What is the right price? What the price is that somebody would pay for some? And I did go through and I did pick out some stuff, and it's, I'm talking vehicles. So that's what we're going off of. We can talk about who they might come with. If they'd come with a driver, what would it be, whatever. But I want to approach it from the fact of, let's say they are definitely making this, we know it's coming, how much would you pay for it? And I didn't pick good shit. I didn't pick like the hydrofoil and like the moray and the conquest. I picked kind of janky stuff or like lesser known stuff. So I just want to see.
And I like that we agreed it would be like a Price is Right kind of thing because neither of us had a whole lot of time to prepare. So it's kind of a general concept, like guess a price for this thing. And I like that.
Yeah.
And because you've got all the slides, you get to kind of be the Bob Barker at best. I get to be the old grandmother with the t-shirt that just got called up and I get the price, Bob. I get the price.
So I wanted to do some pictures like that, but I didn't have time. I actually wanted to do some funny slides like that. So
No time.
uh Shipwreck is in the house. Shipwreck 901. 901, are you in Memphis? Shipwreck? Because that's the Memphis area code.
There you go.
Um, don't have to tell me where, just the general city. Just curious. I always like to see my Tennessee people because there's not many of us.
And we did
Uh,
mention we are going to look at this issue a little bit, have a little chit chat about this, right? I did do all that research for nothing.
okay. Oh, so okay. All right. So you have a YouTube name. I didn't look at your picture. I know you. What's up, man?
Oh, there we
Okay.
go.
It's Jamie. It's Jamie. Okay. All right.
Dots
I didn't
connected.
look I didn't look at the picture. I would have recognized it. All right, good deal. Hinder Collector is here, and Frank Doom on You is catching the replay. So
So
catch us outside, Frank.
yeah, Frank. So Hinder Collector. Just put it. He had a live the other night or other day. I was able. He does live various times during the day. But guess who just discovered Valaverse?
Oh,
You remember? You remember when you go in innocently and they're like, "These are really cool," and I could put them with my Joe, and you didn't know about the drama. You
yeah.
didn't care. Yeah,
Yeah. Back in the old days when we didn't know what we know now.
yeah, and it was just like, man, I loved it. I loved it. The guy actually enjoyed the figures. Didn't even touch on the drama. He just enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching that. You know what I
That's
mean?
good. Yes,
Yeah,
it's how it ought to be. It's how it ought to be.
yeah,
Even if I mention it tongue in cheek whenever I talk about something like that, it still seeps in. So it's good to be able to
exactly.
just enjoy it, you know.
Because
Uh,
it's the damnation of it all, right? Once you know, you can't unknow. It affects
yeah.
things.
You can't go back to a simpler time.
Pepper Hinder Collector remembers.
Yeah. And remembers a simpler time. Uh, Thunder Machine and Water Moccasins are the two remaining vehicles I'm all in on. I'm probably I'm probably there with you, Stanley, because those two are must-haves for me. But I'm afraid they're gonna screw the Thunder Machine up. I hope not, but I'm
I
afraid
don't
they
give a
might.
bad.
So,
Like putting decals on one side. Sorry,
no,
that's
I mean
what.
making it. I mean making it a HasLab or making it like $250. That's what I mean.
It's
Uh,
gonna be a HasLab. You want to know
yeah.
what's gonna happen with it? Want to know why it's gonna be a HasLab? Because I had a dream and a demon came to me last night and said, "What if the first unlocked here was a bike and the second unlocked here was another bike?" Oh, okay.
Well, that wasn't a demon. That was Evil Dookie.
Oh God, it might have been. But just as soon as I realized, maybe that's how you get bikes for your dreadnoughts is if they made the material unlock for the Thunder Machine, then I would get it. Then I would get
Uh,
it.
how much would that be to make 2 or 3 actual classified size bikes with it as unlocks?
40, $50 US each. Because it's
Yeah,
not a fig and a bike, right? So
yeah,
yeah.
at least.
Are you hearing me, Hasbro?
So you get Thrasher and 2 bikes, and then you got 1 Dreadnought that doesn't have a bike. One of their classics. That, I
Well,
don't know.
right now you've got all dreadnoughts that don't have bikes, but
That's a
one
good.
has a chameleon.
That's a good point. That's a good
Yeah.
point. All right, let's
Hey,
see. Yes.
nope.
Oh,
I
was
was
that
just
a
noticing the chat. Yeah.
Oh,
I'd like to see.
that's coming. That's another
Yeah.
one. Like, how much is that damn thing gonna be?
Oh, the
Uh,
Malabar? Yeah.
yeah.
It'll be a
610 Yojo
despoiler.
Daddy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm afraid it will be now.
I think the
At least
despoiler. So there's a logic to it, right? And we can talk about it later, but there's a reason why I'm saying like the despoiler is the new small vehicle figure set price. And the reason
yeah.
is because all the small vehicles, save but the Silver Mirage and a couple other undesirables, all the big ones have been hit. We're into the bigger, smaller vehicles.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably
Mhm.
getting there. Other T's start getting into the weeds with kind of more obscure ones, I guess.
And we'll talk about
Uh,
those.
610 Yojo Daddy is in the house. What's going on? 610. How you doing? All right, so it is time to do one thing that I know Crow is desperately waiting on, and I'm gonna go real quickly first because mine's gonna be real quick. So
Absolutely.
and that is, of course, you got any new toys? And yes and no. I was waiting. I got a thing I've been talking about and I hadn't said a lot about ready to do it. I got a video. It's long as shit. I'll go ahead and warn you now. Probably going to be out. Maybe tomorrow I'll put it out. There'll be some hints out there what it is. I've been trying to hold off, but I'm having something custom done to go with it, and I've been waiting, but I'm not gonna wait anymore. So my new toys, real quick, real fast. I will tell you, I thought about opening this tonight. Maybe if we got time, I
Oh, you grabbed another one.
another masterpieces thing. So I thought if we had time, I might do it, and we'll see what we get in that one. And come on,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
fuckers,
curious.
come on, camera.
I almost grabbed one
Uh,
myself today and I didn't.
I walked by and I was like, today I have the money. I can and I know how awesome they are now. That's the bad part is I know how good
Yeah,
these things are.
they're addictive, eh?
And I also got to go in just for a few minutes and talk to my buddy Jay down at Yojo Depot, and he had these, and I knew as soon as I got it or as soon as I saw it, I was 100% getting this one for sure. And that's
Oh, no, you can't come up here,
the
camera.
the Reaction Plus Chuckles.
Nice.
This might be the best Reaction Plus, the best looking one they've done yet.
I would be inclined to agree.
This dude, of course, the eyes still look a little dead. I think all of them are going to have dead eyes, but he looks really good. But they had this whole wave. They had whatever Diana and the other Royal Guard and whoever the other one is. He had all of them, but I just got Chuckles. So.
Yeah, I never pay attention to the Super 7 releases, so I was a little surprised when you waved that one up, and I actually liked it. It's not
Yeah.
often.
Well,
Yeah.
and I'd like to open this one, but I really would like to get another one to open because I have the that meant that carded Real American Hero Chuckles. So I want to put this one by that one, and then I got to hunt down a Funko one. And then I'll get another one to open whenever I have somewhere to put my other mint opened Real American Hero Chuckles. Yeah, I think that or Night Force, Billy Butch,
Yeah.
Chuckles retro card. I think Night Force will probably be the next one we see for him.
Mhm. Either way, they're due, right? They left that as a Pulse exclusive. You had time to get it. I guess other people had more access than others, but it's been quite a few. It's been a few
Yeah,
years, and it should get a
2
period.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah, two
and
years now. It's time.
it
New
warrants
buck, baby.
repackaging. New buck or just a re-release as a retro, like you said, with a bit less kit. Like
Yeah. Oh
that's all.
yeah. And Shipwreck says I made his first visit to Yojo Depot last week. He's in the country and heard good things about him. I wish I knew you was going. You could have told him I sent you. He might have gave you a 10% off or something.
Mhm.
And Stu for lunch is here. What's up, Stu? All right, I'm going to give Crow the floor because Crow's got some really cool shit to talk about, and Crow might have the first video on YouTube on one of these things.
We'll
For,
see
as
if I
far
can
as
get it out.
so I'm gonna give you the floor, and don't forget the thing you told me you wanted full screen for if you're
Oh,
ready
that's
for
right.
that
Yep.
bit.
Just
So
bear with me.
so
Okay,
here
go
we
ahead.
go.
Yeah.
Bam.
There we go, guys. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest to knock of them all? Well, it ain't you anymore, bitch. We got Zanya and the chameleon today in hand from that local toy store I keep talking about. So go check out your privately owned retailers because that came in today. And I was within probably 15 minutes of getting the email. I was in the store picking this up. It's a lot of fun, but everything we thought about this thing is coming true, right? It does show just how it needs weathering and things like that, but it's got the decal on one side, Darren, not the other. And if you look
Messing
really
with the decal.
close, that chameleon, it's got a weird face, man. That it's on an angle or something. It's not the same chameleon face I expected. That thing looks like a mosquito head on the end of a chameleon body to me.
Looks a little bit like Gonzo from the Muppets, from
A
what I
little bit,
see.
right? But you guys will see a lot of more of this. And like I just spent the day kind of fiddling with it, getting to know with it, doing some rough video and doing rough video for the other thing. But I'll keep saying like they made the biggest mistake by waiting this long to release it with this figure because it looks and feels so much better when it's sitting under Zartan's ass. Right? Like that just feels right. And the reason they like one of the things I'll say in its praises is they did adjust this in a way that it's meant to fit all range of figures. So from Road Pig down to Zanya and Zarana, the way that the step plates are rotating and adjustable. So
Oh, that's
you can,
cool.
yeah, you can compensate for a lot. And same with the handlebars, you can kind of compensate for a lot as far as the buck type that you're using. But man, does it ever, it takes a while to pose that figure on here. And Zanya's hands are pretty small for such big handles. I'll let you guys know that now. So I am
Yeah.
perfectly happy putting this under Zartan because Zanya is going into my other purchase that arrived this week, which was the Acid Rain, Red Locust, whatever, UT 101, which I had the blast deckling and videotaped myself deckling it slowly. But this is now absolutely a Dreadnought vehicle. And this is where my Zanya hangs out, is in this thing now. So that's it. That's the toys this week.
She looks better in that than she does on the Swamp Scare, and I gotta say,
Oh,
she looks
100%.
good on the Chameleon.
Yeah, her glasses just went in, but that's okay because the adjustable seats of this thing will allow me to get them out with ease. Nod, nod. This thing's awesome.
Adjustable seats, man, how revolutionary that something, yeah.
What a concept.
So much better than the Hasbro All Striker. That thing was so disappointing.
Oh, that thing's I'll show it all in my video and everything like that. But for the price, guys, when we start doing our despoiler and price is spoiled kind of talk, bear in mind this was 120 US.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With some stuff, and I in my video I made sure I got to pay credit to Punko Toys. He's the only guy I watched. I didn't catch it if B mentioned it, but he actually mentioned what type of batteries this thing took because it doesn't tell you anywhere on the fucking box. Nowhere in the box or in the instructions.
I hope they were not some obscure weird ass battery like you had to get for the Air Eagle.
LR44. They're a watch battery.
Yeah, easy ones.
Battery. But so without Punk having done that, I would have been at that for a couple of days looking for that. So
yeah, I recently purchased some LR44 batteries myself.
Yeah, and there's her other look.
Looks better than I thought, but she's never gonna have that on.
There's only a couple good pieces of kit, and it's most of her stuff that goes on her head, like her glasses, her hair. But there's your not October guard tanker cap, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Oh my God, they're coming.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I'll show you this part there, Darren, because you'll laugh because without hair and before you replace anything, I was just talking about this. She looks like a female version of the Kurgan from Highlander.
Happy Halloween, ladies.
Yeah. McLeod. And now she's Lori Petty from Tank Girl.
Yeah.
Right, with the lip rings and everything.
God, I hate that movie so much.
So do I. I wasn't a big fan.
I hated that movie. Man, she looks good. So I'm gonna hit a couple comments here while you fiddle with Zanya.
Yeah.
Blitz is in the house saying,
Hey, Blitz.
Hey, what's up, Blitz? Dookie has said, this is the first time I have been jealous, I'll admit it. And when he put that in our chat today, that is exactly what I said. I was like, well, I'm jealous. Nice score. I'm jealous.
I don't feel right showing it when I know my friends are envious because I know exactly how that feels. But I mean, I can't do anything about it.
Oh no, enjoy it.
Yeah.
You don't get the feeling that often. Enjoy it. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
She's a good buck. She's good. I liked her. I'm still gonna buy another one.
See, we got Todd C is here saying lasagna. Lasagna. Okay, I'm like, why are we talking about pasta? So Shane saying swamp skier is bigger than he thought.
Yeah, it's about 8 inches probably if I'm eyeballing it in length, right? But
that's pretty good size for it.
Here, we'll go through it. Please watch my video if I give everything away right now. But so shallow compartment in the front lets you put her glasses, not much else in there. Maybe her pistol, but there's posts that kind of keep it from closing if you put too much in there. Good detail on the handles. Handles rotate. This was something I didn't know about. The way the front skis, like I figured they'd do the lifts and everything like that, but it's got a ball joint, so it's got some slalom. Whoops.
Don't show your balls.
There we go. My Xavier balls. No, you can do some slalom kind of cants to it and things like that. And these post in and out easy, things like that. But yeah, it was this foot post system I thought was impressive. And if you're wondering how much shallow space it is in here, oh God, I wish I had a better fingernail for you. Emerson, how's your fingernails? Come here. Cameo time. Not Campbell tone time, cameo time. Hang on. My son's going to put his hand on camera. Make note of the muscular finger. Can you put your finger in there and open that? Thank you. Go to bed. There you
He could
go.
be a hand model.
He is a hand model. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. No, yeah, it just he had fingernails. I don't. There you go. So that's how much space you get. Oh God, Emerson,
Oh
what you
no! Oh no!
do? He slammed it.
Get
Anyways,
him back
you
quick.
need. That's how it opens. There you go, Shane.
All right. Good deal. Oh, let's see. And Bobby's comment. I think they're going to do a retro chameleon down the road, like next year. The way everyone's buying a bunch of, yeah, wouldn't that be the way? Yeah, that's everybody rushes out and buys 5 or 6 $60 Zanyas, and then they release one for 40 by itself or something.
So here's the thing. I think it was a happy coincidence that Hasbro wasn't confident enough or prepared enough to do this thing earlier when Zartan was new. Because I think what they are happy with is they get to make a hostage set out of Zanya, because I don't think they had a whole lot of confidence on putting a Devil's Due character into this on her own. So pairing it with the vehicle would guarantee her. But I think that confidence should have been there all along. Like I would have bought this figure without the swamp scare. Easy.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah,
no
me too.
problems. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've had Kamakura, who was in the 40s or the 50s for some
Mhm.
reason. They did him so early. And then we also have Mistress Armada coming, who I'm really excited for, but I would venture that far less people know who Armada is than Zanya. At least you can look at Zanya and you might not think, well, she's a Zartan's daughter, but you definitely know she's a dreadnought when you look at her.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's just it. Like I think, once you accept, hey, we couldn't do the chameleon when we did Zartan. I mean, this is as close as you're going to get. This wouldn't go well with Torch, Monkey Wrench, Nagahide, et cetera, right? Zanya, it's palatable. Like I can accept it. It's just Zartan would have been so much better with it.
Much. We got Lego Star Wars kid saying, "What? How did you get that?"
Canadian.
It pays off sometimes.
Now you got a reason to hate us, okay? I'm just kidding.
Well, you were, I mean, there for a while, a year ago or a year and a half ago, you were on a hot streak. You got everything first up there. You saw everything.
Not everything, but I got enough things. I just misplaced something here, but that's all right. Like it's just we have different distribution, like Australia and others do, right? Like we're a foreign nation to the U.S., so our market falls under international, not domestic. So
yeah. Kyle saying hadn't seen Zanya near me at all. Yeah, she's not anywhere retailed here in the States yet.
But take it as a sign she's coming, because I'm on the central east, right? I'm in Ontario, across from Lake Ontario, so New York, places like that. Detroit for punk, they could be arriving any day for all I know.
Yeah, I would expect to see a shipping notice from Pulse on her and the Ramp Rats any day. Yeah. They're still dated for May 1st. So, that's where today's the 22nd. So that's only another week, 10 days, whatever. So, Steve Martin saying, I hope you reached out to Shark Eyes after he put up Airtight and what was the other one he had?
Hydro Viper, which he had a real problem with that hose he showed. And he even was like, hey guys, I'm sorry. I don't think I hope yours aren't like this, but even after making the video, I'm still having the problem. So I felt bad for him.
Stanley saying is dremeling down the crouch down a bit to allow riders to sit better. Crotch, maybe.
Oh, dremeling down the seat for the crotches, do you mean?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Wouldn't advise, because this is part of a hatch assembly and it's ribbed, and it would be very noticeable that was an improvised situation. Bigger dreadnoughts look way more comfortable on this. I just find that this really tests Zanya's reach. Like her little thumbs slip right off the grips, but yeah.
Let's see. Lego Star Wars kids asking, afraid those handlebar compartment swings out open or is it tight?
So this is a pretty tight compartment. That is the max extent that you can open that, right? Like
Okay.
that. And then for this one, I'm not going to call my son back. I'm not going to call my son back. I'm not going to call my son back. I'm going to do this myself. There we go. That'll open up way, way wide as I drop my remote. But and you can see the curvature. Like if you did anything to fracture that curvature, you risk doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted to replace the seat entirely, I could see a 3D printer designing a new seat for this, maybe getting some market for that, right? If you're not happy with this kind of a banana seat deal. Right?
Yeah.
What I was wondering was this piece is independent, and I have no idea what this piece does except just sit there. It feels like a screw cover, but it rattles around, and I have no idea why it's there. You heading up, bud?
Interesting. Interesting.
Uh,
And Dookie says, don't forget your lights are on and run down your new LR44 batteries.
well, I bought a couple of packs of those things from the dollar store. Like they are readily available from Dollar
Yeah.
General and places like that. So, but thank you, Dookie. You always got my back, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Oh, let's see. Shipwreck saying, never done a vehicle or playset without a figure included, other than the snake armor. And that's the only one so far.
Yeah, it's really snake armor. Yeah, I was gonna say I was trying to think of one more vehicle that didn't have a figure. I thought there was, but I can't think of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lego Star Wars kids, I got like 5 on pre-order. My wallet doesn't want anything to do with it. Yeah. I mean, if you want scares for your dreadnoughts, you're right. It is definitely a hostage set, and Zanya could have been a standalone figure. Look, if they put Helix out, they could put Zanya out by herself.
Yeah.
If they did Helix. Fuck all of that. Let's see. Shane saying Sharky just dropped Dawn Moreno too. So
Oh wow! And I think B's got. Is it B that's got Sundowner right now? Yeah. So I mean, these are all hitting. It's time. It's
they're
like
hitting them.
But I mean, others are hitting our coast, right? Like I got this.
Oh,
Maybe they got this already too, but they haven't gotten to a review of it, or maybe we're just getting different things at different times on different coasts.
Well, I know Adam don't, or if he did, he didn't last week, and he didn't know, had no idea when she was coming, because I asked him after he did his Dr. Dino review.
Yeah.
I asked him about her.
I hope everybody's watching me kind of struggle right now. I am struggling a little bit. What I found the secret to doing this thing is, because trust me, it's a little frustrating. I'm going to talk about it in the review. Is peg the feet in first, then while you're holding them, then lean them down and do your hands and try and keep the feet in the posts. And good luck. It's not the easiest to do this with. Like there's some things about posing this guy on these things that can be done, and it looks good once it's done, but getting it there can take minutes. Just be warned, minutes. Like that took me all that time just to get that. Right, because of the foot posts and the hands, and because the foot posts are independent rockers, are like they'll move as soon as you start shifting things, they'll slide right back, and you'll be like, God damn it, start over.
Yeah, I always hate fiddling with stuff like that, man.
But again, that will accommodate guys like Road Pig, Monkey Wrench, right down to Zanya. So I understand why they did it, but it does make it a bit of a test.
I would rather her look a little small sitting on it than none of the others fit, like Road Pig or Naugahyde or yes. And honestly, I mean, it should be a little small on her. Zanya is petite. She is. That was the thing. Like she was a dainty, wiry, muscular little scrapper who was not afraid to fight anybody. So
5'9". That's her measurement. 5'9". So she's my height. I'm 5'9". I used
36,
to be
24, 36. Only 5'3".
Baby got back. But yeah, no, I agree. And like I said, I was just, my fortunate timing was think I was really happy coincidence. This friggin' not an Striker here, the ATAC or the Red Lotus showed up did right before this did because I was like, yoink, slap into here, perfect driver. So yeah,
That's
Zartan gets it. Yeah.
got
Anyways,
a
can you take me
question.
off full? Yeah, can you take me off full screen? I've had
Well,
that for a little while. Right?
you asked for it, so I got a question from Lego
Perfect.
Star Wars Kid. But before we do, uh, you got a
What the
super
shit?
chat from
Oh,
Solo Center saying,
Emerson.
hey Crow, have seen you around in some streams, chats for a while, just showing some love. Also, shout out fellow Canadian.
Well, thanks very much, buddy. That I think is my first super chat for either like for a stream that we've ever done. So, wow. Yeah, thank you.
I,
My
I
son's right here watching. That's awesome.
that's it's awesome, and I'm looking for some of these channels have stuff set up for when they get super chats, and I'm not
Yeah.
monetized, so I don't have one. So I'm looking for something appropriate, and most of mine are just all sarcasm. So hold on,
Well,
how about
but no,
some?
thank you. Solo
How about
Center, I want to thank you. Just not to put spotlight on you, though. It was kind of a first for us, so thank you very much. It's much appreciated. But guys, this is not something that we're expecting on these shows. So, but thanks very much. Just
yeah, that is
it's great. What a feeling.
that's
And
that's awesome.
yeah,
So how
yeah.
about a little 1986 Joe's?
Wow. Come back on Amateur Night, clowns.
I've never seen one of those. They're orange.
Yeah, the big ones aren't just green; they get whole other colors, man. That's awesome.
Right on.
Hell yeah,
Well, I know where to go with that.
that's great. So thank you.
And what were you saying before you noticed that?
Lego Star Wars Kid wanted to know if two figures can fit on the swamp skier. Have you tried?
Yes. Yes, but they don't have foot posts for the other. But I find if you just kind of make sure one of them is a smaller figure, that's all I would say. It's going to be really hard with two big figures. But there's Zanya kind of riding bitch seat with her brother, or Zarana, pardon me.
Should have put her other brother on there. It probably would have been more natural for them two creeps.
Yeah, but I mean, like it's spacious enough. So 8 inches, it'll fit two figs, but one is really what it's organic to. The second one looks as awkward as it does on a motorcycle, right? So,
and Zartan's he's not a small figure either. So that's
no, he's not. Yeah, my cat's about to jump in front of this camera.
Is he going to show us his butt tonight?
Well, he's going to make sure that he's going to kick over the light when he does it. It's going to be good. It's going to be, well, thank God I've got the earbuds in. It won't be loud. It'll just be a sudden shift.
I saw something wobble, so that must have been him walking by.
Oh, he's getting ready, yeah.
Yeah, kidding. Too bad, kidding.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, Daredevil Dave's in the house. What's up, Dave?
What's going on, Triple D?
So the Kickstarter for the compendium, it ended today, but you can still back it as a late backer, I guess. So funded on April 22nd. So it did end, but you can apparently still back it. $2,861,129 of a $40,000 goal. I would say that is probably a pretty successful Kickstarter.
G.I. Joe's dead.
Yeah.
Holy crap. How many times over is that past their goal? We're in the millions and they're asking for like tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Did I perceive that right?
Yeah, yes, yeah, it's way over. That's too much math for me to math, but a lot of times over the goal that they were asking for. So good. I didn't back it. I think it's awesome. It's a lot of money for something I like, but I don't really need much as I'd like to have it. So I'm glad. I mean, they're always going to hit the goal on stuff like this, but just if anybody was wondering, it ended today, and they nailed it. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm just leaving my kitchen for a second because my son's making, get this, ballistic gel. I'm not even joking. I am not even kidding right now. He's making ballistic gel.
You guys got some weekend plans up there to take out the old 5.56?
I am just making sure that the government hears ballistic gel. No, I'm kidding.
Well,
so I'll come outside for a minute.
All right. Let's see. Oh, trying to see what other banners I may have. Oh, I didn't make notes, so I got to look at my banners. Okay. Eric says, "Sounds delicious."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's making it like the way you would make Jello, so it's just a different recipe. Like it's all legal.
Right.
He does it so he can shoot pellets into it in the backyard.
That's pretty cool, though. I never thought. I mean, I know you can make it. I've never thought about making it for stuff like that. I guess you can do it in like a tub or like a Sterilite container and just dump it out.
Oh no, he's using my baking measuring cups right now, so I'll never use those again. But I mean, like he's got a system. He's done this before, so he didn't have the fan on, so I was like, okay, you need to put the fan on. I'm gonna go out here for a minute. So that's what's happening. Deal with it. You saw the toys.
I went into an apartment today for work. I was going through the manager and the maintenance guy, and when I go around with them, they have to do their monthly or whatever inspections, like where they test the smoke alarm and all that shit that they do. And we went in this apartment, and it was just like haze. It was like there was a brush fire in there, and we looked at each other and was like, "Hello," and the lady was like, "Yeah, come on in." This is a lady sitting on a couch with the oxygen thing where she's got an oxygen concentrator in, and she's just sitting on the couch watching TV. And this apartment is like, looks like, I shine my flashlight through it, and it looks like you're at a rock concert. Just,
which of this will look like?
Yeah, the manager's like, "What is on fire in here?" And the lady's just like, "Oh, I'm running the self-cleaning oven." she's like, "I've never ran it before." And she's like, "You might want to open some windows." And I said, "How are the smoke alarms not going off? Like, here's our smoke alarm test. Y'all need to fix these."
I tell you, some people that get the self-cleaning ovens, it's like they think they never have to clean the oven themselves, right? Oh, my son's out of here. Can you open the garage door for me, Em? Thanks.
I need to run mine, but what surprising amount of appliance talk on this episode.
Yeah, let's move through that. Just let me mute this for a sec.
All right. You just mute away, young sir.
I'll be moving back to my kitchen here in a few minutes, but yeah, just my son burst out here. So,
well, I guess it's warmed up. I guess it's warmed up there a little bit now, finally. So,
no snow in Canada right now. Well, not my region.
Are y'all done with it, you think?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'll be out in the water before too long.
I have to give it a little while to get that water to warm up before I'm out kayaking on it up there.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's talk about something that everybody's talking about, and we'll see what we think about it. Not only so much speculation. So we got to see this picture. Yeah, Shane says, and just like that, all the neighbors got buzzed.
Yeah, that's about to happen.
So we saw Lenny post this picture beginning of the week. He is announced that he is leaving Hasbro. Got this nice picture of him and Sarge here. It's a good picture. What do you think this really means that much in the scope of things down the
Not
road? Because we know they've got 18 months worth of stuff that's been designed and in the plan. So they're a year to year and a half down the road already. So do you think this spells doom for the line?
not nearly to the level that everybody's making a big deal about. I don't know about you, but it sounds like everybody's kind of losing their scapegoat and their side of things, right? Lenny's leaving. He was the head designer. He oversaw other designers. Those designers haven't left. Lenny's processes are probably going to be retained by whoever he did his handover to for that next position. So I'm not worried about classified. I think really too many people are trying to guess at why he did it. It's none your business, right? Could be family, could be anything, could be didn't feel like it. Right?
Money.
It's expensive to move. I don't know how it is for you guys, but the military used to bounce me around from location to location, force me to sell my house and make me move into another, accommodation or buy a more expensive house in a different place. And that kind of feels like the position Lenny might have been in. So again, you could speculate all day, but in the end, it doesn't affect the line, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the man has his reasons. We know Corey, the awesome sculptor who also used to work there, is over at Boss Fight too. So they'll be working together. Maybe it was the move, the company moving to Boston. Like you said, the man's got his reasons, but he left on, from what we can see anyway, he left on his terms. Like he wasn't in a round of layoffs. Maybe stuff we don't know. Maybe there was some kind of a buyout or shit we'll probably never know. But from the way it appears, he left. He went out when he wanted to go, and he's getting paid. So I'm happy for him. I like you said, the scapegoat for some of the stuff. But overall, I don't really think without his passion for what we've gotten so far, I don't think the line would have come as far as it has. From you look at those first 20 or 30 figures, and the detail that have gotten better, the construction has gotten better. And I don't think without his love for the brand driving it, I don't know if it would have come this far this fast. But now that he's got the ball rolling over there with the brand, I hope whoever replaces him can continue going down that path, because for the most part, it's been great. And it don't sound like I think that a lot of the time, I'm sure, because I definitely have my complaints, but I'm overall happy with it. And I think he did a great job while he was there.
Yeah, and I mean, when I say that Lenny was a scapegoat, I don't mean that as an attack to anybody who's criticized Hasbro and just brought up Lenny's name. There are decisions he's made with that line in his position that he should be held to account for from time to time. But overall, I think he's helped forge a very successful line, something that's even overshadowed Marvel Legends at times. As far as our community goes, I'm sure Marvel Legend guys don't care, but just the way that they've been innovative over the last few years with, shit characters like Raptor, right? And then they do the things that they do. So I think the big takeaway from all of this, and Woody highlights, what it's like to live in Boston as far as expenses. But, I think the takeaway from this is watch Boss Fight Studios. If you're curious what this does, let's see what they start coming out with, because you mentioned the other designer that went with them, right? So,
yeah, well, Corey's been gone from Hasbro for a while and kind of went to a couple other different places, but he's over there now. And he and Lenny, they had to, as long as Lenny's been there, I guess they would have had to work together on stuff at some point together. I don't know, but I would think so.
Yeah, I would think so. And they know how each other probably work. That's that's something you grow on a new team. But when you're reuniting an old team, it's like riding a bike. It's like, oh yeah, I know how this guy works. Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's beneficial.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm both apprehensive and also kind of like nonchalant about it. Like, at least we know we've probably got another solid year of good stuff. Like we know Globulus is probably in the can. Like I would be surprised if it wasn't. I don't think we'll see it this year, but so he, with all of his, how much he liked doing the Cobra Law stuff, I'm sure like he had a big hand in whenever we see Globulus. So at least he'll match the others.
Yeah. I'm hoping they don't leave that as an oversight loose end where they let somebody else handle it. But again,
maybe not. Maybe he was able to finish out that sub team or whatever they were going to do with it. And Shane saying Lenny at Joe Fest ? Who knows? I mean, maybe it's possible now.
Wouldn't that be great? Because he's not under a contract at that point.
Yeah. I mean, he's still, there's still only so much he'd probably be able to talk about, but he said in the past that he'd like to go. They just wouldn't let him. So wouldn't that be cool if you just, you're at Joe Fest and, you see Lenny walking around and can actually talk to him and say what's up. And that'd be cool.
Yeah. Sorry, who did the comment? So who did the comment come from that asked me about Utah? By the way, I didn't want to not address that. So
yeah, I've got it starred. I was going to come back to it.
It was Clint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clint Jorgensen is in the house. What's up?
I didn't follow Utah this year. I'm not overly familiar with their lines and their rosters or their coaching staff, but if they've made it this far in their first real year, sounds like Vegas all over again. And you have one plan for the regular season and an all different plan for playoffs. So they could be a team to watch. I don't know. That's all. I answered it.
That's all I have to say about that. Wolf Grimm is in the house. 3-star on Crow and chat. Hope all is well. Good to see you. Let's see. Blitz saying, just hope we get as good or better designs. Hate to see someone so passionate about the line leave, and that's where I'm at.
So. Okay, and this is a bad time for that to happen too. I'm glad you put up that point, cooking with Eric, because or who made the point there?
Blitz.
Look at when Lenny's leaving. Where are we in the line? We're almost 200 plus figures in for sure, but we're in that 87 to 89 range of main characters that we're looking at. This is where the generation gap of the Joe collector kind of really kicks in. We go from the core group that we all like, and then we get the V2, V3, V4s and weird sub teams. Shouldn't say weird sub teams, but things like Sky Patrol, Star Brigade, the others, right? So Lenny's leaving right during that. Lenny's leaving right during that transition means another team is going to be taking on some of those next generation figures. It might go badly for critics, for people that are looking for an excuse to be like, Hasbro fucked up. They let Lenny go. Yeah. That might be exactly what happens.
Yeah, it might be the right time at that transition to where they aged out some of the OG people your age that were there, that were getting them when it was new. You're a few years older than me, so might be like a perfect time to, maybe the design gap won't even show that much. Who knows?
Who knows? Try to be optimistic, but prepare for anything.
Yep. Let's see. Blitz saying we need a Moray this year. Yes, the hell we do.
That's a Moray.
That's a Moray. Sorry, I can't. Every time I hear that, I have to do it. Tad Farr, what's happening? Saying, had read G.I. Joe with the new characters. sniper and drone guy yet with those make cool figs. Sorry I'm late. We're just glad you're here. I'm not reading it either. The main Hammer run, Crow is.
If you were to type in RC or downrange customs, there's I think it's GI Customs. I can't remember. I feel bad. I can't remember the guy who made them, but he made them like the day after the comic came out, and they are bang on custom. So the first thing you'll see when you search it, they're so good. Larry Hama commended him on them, like like for what that's worth. The Hama fans, like that's respect, right? So, but I think they make good additions to the line. It's just I don't want them to bump priorities per se. They're relatively new. Don Moreno had been around for quite a while, right? Yeah. Sundowner. Well, you hear the talk around Sundowner right now, right? That's an all new.
Yeah, and I'm excited for him. Like I know
I am too, but
aren't. I'm excited for Sundown.
Yeah.
Oh, see, so many divers. So many divers and nothing for them to dive off of.
Yeah, and not a stitch of water anywhere in your set pieces, I bet, either. Like, it's impossible. You have to make your fake aquariums. Yeah. Mine sits on a pond.
Yeah. They're all getting ready to dive in. They're not in. So
I have 12 divers hanging out. Yeah. Sorry, what's that?
Oh, I just had that up. Billy Butch, a lot of people are upset. Many of us were satisfied with what we had. Now there's a chance that could change. I appreciate what he did, but I don't think everything will fall apart. And that's kind of what I think too.
I agree, Billy.
But the divers, like they're just like hanging out. I do have Torpedo though, on one of the articulated stands with the claw. I do have him on one of them sideways like he's swimming, so you can use those for that.
Yeah, I might as well just gather all mine around a bird feeder. Like it's just the shelf space to dedicate to a water feature seems like a lot right now. If they make a boat, then it's worthwhile. Till then, divers are not enticing enough for me to go, yeah, I need a dedicated water shelf. Right.
Yeah, and I like the divers. I still haven't picked up the Joe versus Cobra divers, so I got to go in Target because they're finally on clearance at Target for like half price. That's approaching. I'll buy those guys. Levels.
Yeah, your patience pays off there. Then that's good.
And then War Chest saying he has a few boss fight figures. There isn't really anything for that company that's for me at this point. Who knows? Maybe they have an IP we don't know about. Lenny's going to have more input. Yeah, or create his own, and maybe the two of them together, they can create something awesome that everybody's.
I often wonder if IP contracts have nuances that make things more competitive and complicated, and things like, yes, we would give you this IP if you were to hire this kind of a staff to manage it or something like that. Like, who knows? I mean, I've seen contracts like that for different things like sports and things like that. So possibly, who knows what it means, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe they'll come up with something, just new. The problem I see with new IPs, new things is we have the money, like not like me and you, but like our age group, like we've got the money, and we want the shit from when we were kids that reminded us of times when things didn't suck. Because for a lot of people, all that doesn't suck right now is you might have some disposable income. So I think it's hard for any company to introduce a totally new property and get people on board with it. And that's a lot of the struggle that I think Valaverse has faced. Is he wants to do a military line that's not G.I. Joe, but it's in G.I. Joe's shadow. He's got to create his lore, and there's no nostalgia for that lore. So say what you want about the figures of the company, that is a struggle that I think anybody is going to face introducing something brand new targeted to us who are fueled by nostalgia.
And I completely agree to certain extents. I mean, like, say what you will about Bobby Vala, I don't always agree with how he, does things himself with the, the interactions and things like that. But that's none of my business. And he runs a company. I don't. Those are his decisions to make. But look at what he's up against. He has to, in order for his brand to sell, he has to make it introduced. And the only way it's being found is from people that have an interest in military line toys. So you got to get through that first layer of Joe fans to people that want to actually explore military toys beyond G.I. Joe. That's a big dam to get through. Right.
Yeah.
And then he's got to pull his market out of that. But the thing is, he did it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like give him credit where credit is due. He did exactly that. He pulled a market out of toy collectors based off of filtering them out of a few different angles, but that was definitely one of them. And other toy lines are doing it too, because they can see we can be cracked like that. So, I mean, I could sit there and go, yeah, antagonized, not a very nice guy on camera, or whatever. But he did exactly what he set out to do.
Yeah, he has been successful. There's no doubt about it. And I like him. So
yeah. And it's not like he launched like, oh, this is my version of, it's a complete copy. He's got original characters, got original concept. And yes, he's followed things that fans like. Real world military aspect. He's owned that part of it. He's pulled that away where Joe says, no, we have to stay nostalgic. Right. So
yeah. So kudos. And I just leave this comment from Eric up because all the small things.
Yes. Yeah, I'm glad somebody else put. When I saw that head, I just pictured him all the time. Go, God, Duke, you just don't understand.
Now we need somebody that looks like Bill.
I need to see Bobby or somebody like Mamu Nestor, Punk, anybody doing photography. I want him and the Tobey Maguire emo Spider-Man doing a dance off at a club.
Yeah. So I had to pull it up and look at that. That's great. Let's see. So we got some people picking up the divers. You finally picked them up at Target for $33. Oh, you must mean online. Yeah, they never do the clearance they do in stores online. Very, very seldom. They're still $54 on the website, but they're $28,750 in the store. I've still got to get them, guys. And Billy saying they're 10 deep on the shelf at his Target. Same with the Desert Scorpion. I almost went in the one Target that I talk about that I like today to see if they had them, and if they were whatever $27-28, I was finally going to get them, but I didn't. I had to do some tech support.
I stay quiet. I got an early jump on the divers. I got them and I paid full price plus a 15% discount. And every day since, I was like, the video wasn't worth it. Having it early wasn't worth it. Those divers were mediocre at best. Now I'm hearing the right price, $33.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anything half price, like,
of course,
the clearance chicken pays off sometimes, but it's not for everybody. I don't recommend it, especially Pulse shit. Although even that stuff has been showing up at, Slice and Dice were at Ross. People have been finding Slice and Dice at Ross. If you get Slice and Dice for less than $20, you got a hell of a deal. That's a great set other than Slice's shitty weapons. Water vehicles after the Moray. Yeah, there was let's see, after 87, there weren't any more big one, or 85 rather. Tactical battle platform was 85.
You're gonna miss it. You're gonna forget it. You're gonna forget it. I know he is. Everybody forgets it. And I'm going to be like, God
well,
damn it.
I mean, we got the bug, we got the hammerhead, the that little thing, that little boat, stupid boat thing that was at the end of the line, that small one.
The 3-man fortification that sits out in the ocean like a buoy.
No, I was actually thinking about the other. Wasn't the piranha? Was it the piranha? I don't know. We talked about it on one episode when we were talking about the awful.
So there's another huge one out there that everybody forgets because it's technically Cutter and the DEF came out with the Whale 2000. Do you remember the Whale 2000? It was a speedboat, an assault boat like a Moray, but it was for Joe.
What do you remember? What year? Because I'm gonna have to find it now.
The year after DEF came out, so probably start at 90. Why don't we call up the screen and get into the game after this?
No,
or we can talk about Scarlet after this.
Yeah, we'll talk about Scarlet. I do not remember the Whale 2000. So
help me out, Chad. If you guys remember what year that was, it was a white and blue, big old boat. But yeah, that would have been.
If Bobby's here, Bobby will probably know. And it was called the Whale 2000.
I'm gonna get my tablet. I might be getting the name of it wrong.
The Shark 9000.
Maybe the Shark 9000. Is that maybe that's it?
That was the Shark. It's a battle
Shark 9000.
Shark
and a big old boat, right? But it's a big old white and blue boat.
Yeah, it's just a god awful looking mess. Here it is, right here. Yeah,
that's the one.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely forgot about that.
Yeah, everybody does, but that's also a possible reality because it's as weird as it looks. It kind of works.
This was the one that they had to take. We talked about they had to take the DEF stickers off of it when they released it.
I'm pretty sure.
When it come out, they had to take the DEF off of it. Yep.
And if you're confused as to why the DEF had that around that, guys, it was the Nancy Reagan era of the war on drugs, and that thing was subjective to so many different political directions of support that it didn't age well at all in its own time, right? So
drugs are bad. Okay. Super sweaty for slice and dice would be hard to find. Oh yeah, I mean that's a score. Finding them at RossCon is a score, big time. All right, trying to think. Let me look at my. One other thing that I had that we've already kind of touched on, but I did see this on Full Force posted this. So these are in port now. So as soon as they go through customs, they're here. So this typically means in 4 to 8 weeks, which is right on par because they're July. So that's right in the neighborhood of when they're supposed to come out. So but we know Zanya's been here, Dr. Dino's been here, here in the US for a minute. Why did my mouse just died? Damn it.
Pest control.
That's right. All right.
You're that good,
Darren. The battery. Yeah. Yeah. Even electronic mice die around me. All right. This is a new battery. I just put this battery in here over the weekend too, son of a bitch. All right. So this wave, the July wave, and as we can see, some of our overseas and friends that have connections to overseas do have these in hand. So I've not watched any of the videos that we talked about, like Sharky's videos. I haven't watched B's Sundown. They're on the list, but I haven't watched any of them yet.
So I watched Shark Guys struggle with the hose on the Hydra Viper because I had the Hydra Viper as a kid. I hated that figure as a kid. I hate it now. I'm still gonna buy it because it's part of the collection. But as far as reviewing it goes, I my re- I'm
That doesn't
biased. I'm not
surprise me.
looking forward to doing it. Not looking forward to doing it at all.
Well, he struggled with lifelines too, and I didn't have that much trouble with lifelines. Problem with
Yeah.
lifelines is once you put it in the case and you finally get it to seat in that case and you take it out and then it's all like mushed and it's not going back in there immediately after that.
Yeah.
Let's see and Billy says he was struggling with Airtight's helmet too. Some of the new helmets have been a tight fit on some of the heads.
Yeah, my wetsuit, it took the groove out of my wetsuit's eyebrow.
Yeah, wetsuits is shitty. You definitely need to heat that thing up.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, wetsuits is pretty bad. So let's talk about Scarlet. Let's talk about this Energon number 21 for a minute here.
Yeah. So technically, like I said to Darren earlier, it's Scarlet miniseries issue 6. It's closure or continuing.
How many covers did you buy?
No, this is the Scarlet miniseries in my hand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is G.I. Joe 21. It's just the Scarlet cover. Okay. Yeah, I buy the portraits,
I know you buy the portrait covers, but I just saw them all. You didn't tell me you bought all 12 covers.
Oh my God, I love Scarlet so much.
They are really counting on somebody really feeling that way.
No, but if you guys didn't collect that, this is so. I think you're probably feeling the same way I am about the Scarlet miniseries. It was written by Kelly Thompson and penciled by Mark Ferrari, and that this is a very. They worked together as an art team and a storytelling team, but this felt very manga, didn't it? To you, the Scarlet miniseries?
I did not like much at all about it.
Yeah, so I had to reread it today just to make sure I kind of understood and wasn't just assuming the simplicity of it. And there was a couple little nuances I picked up on it that I think we're going to pull at those threads in G.I. Joe 21 Beyond, right? That maybe were overlooked in this. In this, Scarlet goes on a mission to basically she's on a mission where she finds out she's extracting where there's what's the word? There's a human trafficking ring she wasn't aware of when she went into the mission, became aware of it during the mission, and was told not to interfere. And the Arashikage clan came in and interfered, and she realized that her old espionage friend Jinx was a part of the Arashikage suddenly, right? Mm-hmm. If we look at G.I. Joe Classified, like right on the box, what's her name?
Kim Arashikage.
She's Storm Shadow's cousin. Yeah. Yet there's no mention of a Kim Arashikage in that series at all. She is never referred to as a Kim Arashikage. She's just, she's folded in with the Arashikage. She's got an Arashikage tattoo, but she's only ever referred to as Jinx. Okay, so this is a big thing. And they play this up as a new generational BFF Beyond. Like, I wouldn't say that they've made these two lovers in any way, but they've been, the woke generation of best friends, right? Like sisters that men would never be able to have a friendship with. Darren insisted something else, and I can see signs of that, but they do mention that Scarlet has dated men or something like that. So whatever. But at no point, at no point does she ever explain where she learns her martial arts to Scarlet in any of the miniseries, right? She doesn't say I'm Kim Arashikage or anything like that. Yeah. So in this, right, they're revisiting, and Scarlet's basically, watched Cobra decimate the Arashikage after, they tried to get this Energon sword called the Life Sword, or the Sword of Life. Yeah, Sword of Life.
Yeah, and something incredibly cheesy.
Yeah. They end up giving it, Hardmaster ends up giving that sword to Storm Shadow. Scarlet had helped get it with them, and she and Jinx maintained this cover, and nobody knows that they were, former US espionage and still are, right? Scarlet's very concerned, but in here, Cobra just goes and takes it. Like fucking takes it. Walks in,
for real.
And just decimates. And it's probably my least favorite Energon issue yet. What about you?
Yeah, that's a fair assumption, or a fair, not assumption, a fair statement. The series overall is, I'm really enjoying it, but there are some issues that I feel like are just, they're filler. And some of the plot is not really advancing. Like there's so many threads going. It's like they send one in this direction and they just forget about everything over here. Like the old comic would cut back to something that was the last issue, even for maybe a page or a few panels. But this one probably would agree with you, even though there are some other issues that I'm just kind of meh on. This is probably the weakest issue we've seen yet. And it's mostly because it's going back to the Scarlet story, and the Scarlet story was not good. It's my least favorite of the miniseries. I don't like the art. I don't like the art, and out of all of them, it was the series that was done with the least amount of dialogue. And you would have a page that has 3 panels on it, and to me that's lazy as fuck.
Yeah. So issue 21, wasn't it issue 21 of Aura that was the silent issue? Was that the right issue? Am I thinking of that?
Mm-hmm.
This one is pretty much a silent issue. It's got just a bit of narrative when you're looking at Snowjob and Scarlet at the very beginning, and then it shifts into silent issue mode for the duration of it. So, I mean, there's some respects paid to it. I don't have that big of an issue with manga art that we had in the Scarlet series. It's not really in here. They got their typical EU Joe artist on this. Rereading the Scarlet series, I saw some eggs in there, and I was like, okay, they had to set this up because the Arashikage, Cobra, and Joe relationship is completely different in the EU. Like, not at all what it was. Hardmaster is very different here. What's happening to Hardmaster in this issue is very different than what we saw in a Real American Hero line, things like that. But I wanted to talk to you about a character we get introduced here that's very relevant, I think, and some speculation. So, spoiler alerts. Guess what? In this, all you need to know is that there's an Energon sword, and the Arashikage and Scarlet and Storm Shadow and them, they save it. Oh, yay. In this one, they lose it, right? And that's the end, right? So that's basically the gist of this. But it's not Cobra Commander that gets it. It's this anonymous Valkyrie.
Yeah, just a random Valkyrie. Or maybe she's not random. Right now, she's random.
So it's now a question of going back to the Scarlet series. The very first thing we see is human trafficking, women being brought to dealers. There's a transaction going on.
Yeah.
This Valkyrie very much seems to be under some sort of spell when he deals with her later in the back, but she outfights Storm Shadow and basically steals the Sword of Light, or the Sword of Life. The Energon weapon, Cobra F's off. The Arashikage, we got to find out what happened to them, but it looks pretty bad right now. Scarlet's dragged off scene. Cobra Commander's staring at this girl in the back, and her helmet's cracked, or she's got her visor off. And give me full screen for a second so we can get a look at this.
She's the Terminator underneath.
Yeah. So right here, you see the hair and the eyes, right? And he's commending her, right? So a couple theories here. One, this could be Pale Peony, who had notoriously white hair and was tied to the Arashikage in some way. Two, what if that's actually Kim Arashikage or Akiko? right? And Jinx was, when infiltrating, she was made to look like these people because they're changing the lore of the characters a little bit, right? Because
Interesting.
she bested Storm Shadow. I mean,
Yeah.
she bested Storm Shadow, took his own sword away from him, and she was not just any old Valkyrie, right? But they're being
Yeah.
treated like that.
Clearly. Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah. And Storm Shadow's gonna have to go back to the master man that Zartan trained with and have that sword reforged after that issue too.
yeah. And the reason I was saying maybe it is somehow the real Kimarashikage or somebody, because initially I thought maybe this is Vipra, right? And Vipra was this Bakshi character in Python Patrol. She was a stinger driver back in the old days and not much going on, but it was a Jinx repaint. And I was like, well, and then they did the Akiko repaint for the Viper here in Classified.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if they wanted to give her relevance to keep that character going, maybe they would do so through this series, right? So there's a few people this could be, but Pale Peony excited me because she's another Devil's Due.
Yeah. So no, she was IDW.
Was she IDW?
Yeah,
Okay,
she was IDW.
Either way, she wasn't A-Rock, right? She was another franchise. So
yeah. That's interesting. I'd kind of like to see it be Viper and make that character have some relevance because I actually like the Python Patrol one. So,
I knew it was going to do that.
no.
One more time.
Oh.
ADHD.
To the rescue. Gasman's mechanic is in the house. What's up, Gasman?
Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
Eric saying Akiko is still the only figure that is broken. I don't guess really. I don't think I've had.
I think he hit enter before he meant to say it has a broken something.
Well, he didn't put a A.
I don't know. I don't know. Has broken.
Has broken.
Has broken.
Got a little house fireball. Has broken.
Yeah.
Oh man, her arm broke. He said so. I don't think I've had accessories break, particularly Barbecue's backpack. Sadly,
yes,
that's
sci-fi's too.
That's a figure that don't stand. So that's a lot of distance between the plastics between Barbecue and Sci-Fi for Sci-Fi's to break. But I think the only one that's actual figure that's broken has probably been the mole rats. A bunch of them. A bunch of them. There's Pop Blender. Pop Blender saying, "Hey fellers in chat, cleaning up at work. Don't have much ass left after that kicking tonight. I'll check back in a bit." That means you probably made some money because it's pretty out there tonight. I know they got the patio open.
Yeah.
What was you saying, Crow? I cut you off. What was you saying?
No, I didn't. I don't recall. It's all good.
Sci-Fi's backpack.
Oh, Sci-Fi's backpack. I'm having a few backpacks break on me lately because they're doing the shelf drop. That's all.
Yeah. Surprisingly, that's like the only one I think that is actually. I've had them hit and pieces go flying everywhere, but I think the only one that's actually been jacked up, even accessories, is Barbecue's backpack.
Yeah. Yeah, my orange Barbecue's backpack's gone. My Mad Marauders is still intact. He's a protected species.
Yeah, he's mine has also been protected by Sarge and Lowlight and the Marine Sniper because he doesn't have a weapon, so he's in the bag.
Even Lifeline got a gun before him.
That's right. If there's a fire, they'll move him to the front. But right now, he's in the back. So if anything goes, actually, all three of those hit discount stores. I was gonna say, if anything goes, I need it to be the figure that didn't hit discount, but I actually I actually saw that Marauders barbecue at Ross way back when the classifieds were first showing up at Ross like 2 years ago. That was that one and the Marauders barbecue and Tomax and Zaymot were the only ones I saw forever. And I only saw that Marauders barbecue like twice.
I saw it forever. It was a peg warmer for here. I could have picked it up for $10 at one point, but I was like, I've already got it. I don't see why I would ever need another.
Yeah, it's not really a good one for customs, I wouldn't think.
It's not. It's really not. Hey, I have to hop off here for 2 seconds and just have a little chitty chat with my son, make sure he's getting on track for school. So just give me 2 minutes.
All right, that works out because when you come back, I'm going to go get some more coffee. So that
sounds good.
Works for me. So that Scarlet series, if you guys hadn't read it, we were talking about all of the Energons are good, like the mini series, that kicked off the EU. They're all good except for Scarlet. Like it's got a few things in it that are pretty good, but I think probably the Destro and the Cobra Commander. I don't know. Duke was really good. Kind of a toss up. I think for me, it'd probably go Duke, Cobra Commander, and then Destro by a small margin, and then that Scarlet series. I hope Eric says Cobra Commander is his favorite so far. I liked it just because it was so radical. It was just such a departure and a weird direction reading that in a comic. I liked it. I hope at some point we get an Energon Cobra Commander with what you just showed, because in spoiler, he loses his left hand in the Energon universe, and when he gets like the Terminator, like the T2 hand from like above the wrist down. And
yeah, I don't know if I'm paying enough attention. I thought that was a gadget he slipped on, but did he lose the hand at a point?
Yeah, he lost. And then he has an Energon blaster that's basically like an Iron Man repulsor, except it's really meant to be a weapon. It shoots Energon blasts and it just decimates everybody.
Well, he took on Nemesis and Mortal with it at some point too, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't seen that winged bastard again for a while either, so waiting on him to show back up any day. Brian saying I need to get a couple mole rats so I can use the extra Cobra Law Royal Guard heads. Yeah. They're actually they've kind of gone up. I've been hoping to pick up some more of them cheap, but I can't really find them for less than like $35, $40. Like they've gone up a little bit. All of this stuff seems to go up a little. Even the figures from right along when the quality was kind of slipping and it was back and forth, like that the Firefly, the 84, the second
Shaky?
Firefly. Yeah, Shaky Fly.
Old Shaky.
Yeah, old Shaky Fly. So
Yeah.
even those figures from there have started going up a bit. I looked at today when I was at Yojo Depot, he had a Grunt in there, and I was like, "Ooh, I wonder what he's got Grunt at." And he had Grunt for $35.
Jesus, remember when you were finding them for $10?
Yeah, $11.99 for Grunt at Target. I bought 3, I think. Let's see. Graph is here saying I missed the Bob Barker beauties. No, not yet. Let's see.
Did you want to
Starfighters here? Yep, I do.
What? I said, did you want to get your coffee?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. You read my mind. Get out of my mind.
It's how in sync we are.
Yeah. I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to wave figures in front of people. Do it.
All right. Well, you can't have too much dead air. You got to do something. So.
Okay. Well, just like don't go out for coffee. Just go to your kitchen. Okay.
All right. I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah. The scrap iron scenes. Scrap iron's killing it in Energon universe, man. Other than he kind of got bested by Matt Tracker, but I'll allow it.
Yeah, yeah. Not that series is coming out soon too. The Mask #1 has been promoted, and here's something. I don't have the comic on hand, but I also saw the promotion for the next Energon Universe special, which I think the last time we saw it was Free Comic Book Day, and it was a free comic book. And that had the huge first reveal that the Mask was becoming a part of the Energon universe for the Joe classified stuff or the Joette side of it. So be on the lookout for Mask #1 and the next Energon universe kind of whatever. It's a special mag. It's all encompassing because those are going to be coming soon, I think, too. This plot, as far as I'm concerned, is really just there to build up Storm Shadow, and it's to get Storm Shadow after Cobra Commander. So they're changing a lot of the relationships in the Joe lore. They're writing new canon, right? So that's kind of one of the things I like about this series is, it's just a fresh take. So you guys want to see more of what? Let's say probably Zartan Swap Scare. Sorry, Zanya and Swap Scare. I don't know. Darren didn't leave me on full screen, and we can criticize him for that later. I didn't ask, but yeah, Front Rocker right there. I was trying to show that earlier. I mean, how much play feature does it add? Probably not too much, but I do like that you can kind of put this on step ups and multi levels. Like, it's very posable for as it is. And I found I did this on my Instagram and whatnot, but like you could stand it. You could do catwalks, you could do front endos, all that stuff. But the stowage compartments, I think here's the thing. I think as fans, the stowage compartments would have been, I would have traded stowage compartments any day to have this thing break down into pieces and go in the crate, right? Like it did originally when it first came out. They did a crate for this new Ramp Rat set. And I was like, man, couldn't you have worked something where this was also the crate for a Chameleon? But because they did the compartments and everything, I think this was cheaper to assemble, easier to assemble and everything than it would be to disassemble it and give us what they want. I think this would have been way more expensive if I had gotten it the way I want, and I would have criticized it more. So I guess what I'm saying is this is actually the more I look at it, the more I understand this Chameleon's place a little bit and why it came as late as it did. But, definitely more rewarding on my Zartan. Zanya, on the other hand, is my currently most fascinating Dreadnought. I do like the new look, especially with the Soviet cap with her and that red locust behind us there. Definitely cool, but good God, her kit is a waste, guys. It's an absolute waste. And speaking of waste, guess who doesn't have a waist gap? This buck. This buck is waist gapless. I'm actually really happy with this buck. That's why I was saying I wanted to get more than one of these because she's got a few different looks like we talked about. And we'll put the hair back on. And so, a little bit of isopropanol or whatever, remove the decal, put different things on. You guys that do the pop and swaps and everything like that, and the repaints, you're gonna have a blast with this Dreadnought chick. She's got a really good thing going on with this buck. It wasn't something I was really optimistic about, but once I got her in hand, I was like, yeah, this is better than it looked in the images. And it looked okay then. Oh, you're back.
I'm back. No, I didn't leave you on full screen. I didn't even think about it. I figured you had
That's
your
all
fill.
right. Yeah, I keep falling in love with myself. It's sad.
Dookie says, does it look like it's easy to come apart? I'm guessing Zanya.
Well, I mean, no, actually, I think he's probably talking about the Chameleon, but both Chameleon screws are accessible through the bottom. I'm just not sure what the function. Sorry, I'll show you there. Accessible through the bottom, 3 points of screws at the bottom, and then 2 points on the back sides. And then whatever is under this black piece right here, I don't know. I feel like this is protecting it, but I have no idea what. It doesn't tell me any function. It doesn't feel like it has any function, but be aware of that. Yeah, I mean, you'll probably be able to take it apart easy, Duke. The figure, uh, 2 bulb torso, right? So whatever you do with those, it's, it's a good
Yeah.
fig. I'm not taking that apart. She
Man,
got good
you
abs,
always.
man.
I mean, a hammer will always work.
Yeah, I think those are
Yeah,
doves with an arrow shot through them.
that's sexy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. She's a 2
Um,
a.m. winner. She's a 9 o'clock 8 and a 2 a.m. 12.
no, that's a little more. That's a little more my speed. That's a 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Free beers over. Let's go.
Yeah, no,
Shot
that's
for the road and let's go.
she's
Uh,
definitely as bad as her auntie, that's for sure. Her and her auntie look like two friggin' hens that I would never be able to keep happy.
Eric wants to know how she looks next to Pandora.
Well, I don't have Pandora.
Oh,
So great. I don't know. I
well,
imagine
probably,
she fits like Pandora's another
yeah,
dreadnought looking but Malaverse
yeah,
character, so she'd probably look
yeah.
right at home with her.
So, so that Zania, I've said it, you know, long before it was even announced. Once we got Battle Armor Cobra Commander, like that's my most wanted anything is that
Mhm.
Zanya. So that's why I'm jealous. I love the character. So
Oh, you're gonna like
the
her, but
next
the
go ahead.
glasses are wonky. I was just
I
going to
don't
let you know, like
yeah,
the glasses are they're not great. They
I
fit
don't
okay, but they're hard to work with sometimes.
I don't like the glasses. Anyway, like I'll put them on when I review her, and then they'll go in a bag. I don't like the glasses. Like, and I
No, that's
heard you
fair.
say like her kid is garbage. Yes, we talked about everything other than the machete. Um, and
Yeah.
it's not really right for her either. But whatever. I want the figure.
Oh, I love the hand cannon, but they changed the plastic texture on the backpack, so that mushroom pose is a nightmare now.
Uh,
Like it's
yeah,
stiff as hell.
that was
I've got
bad
it
enough with
in
the
the bag.
copperhead.
Yeah, I should show you this right here. I was not impressed. I've almost warped the stamp. Like this is really hard. Like really not much give to that. And
Yeah.
this was stiff. It's loosened up here, but this post is really stiff. So it doesn't want to push into that at all
Mhm.
with the gun in or out. And you'll see that in my review. Like I don't have a photo yet where this has been closed all the way.
So, word.
Word.
I'm just so super excited to get that figure. This is not a
Yeah.
daytime stripper.
No, no.
She's there for
No, she
lunch for the
she's a
buffet.
good pick. She's a good pickup, but like everything with classified, you could find some things that you go, what? No, but she's got a shipwreck hook belt. Like you know what I mean? Like she's got a little post on her belt.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me turn her this way, and you can see it on her right hip this way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right here, right.
Well,
And I
is
don't know what.
is that shipwreck's is it his belt?
No, I don't think so
Is it?
because it's got the machete sheath on it. It seems designed for her. It fits her
Yeah.
perfectly. But I'm like, what goes on there? Because I'm wondering, does she hang her pistol off the trigger back off this or her shotgun? But maybe in later reuse, it'll make sense for a different character. But you can do that.
Don't recommend it, but yeah.
Yeah. Lego says
Uh,
it's for the shotgun, but this is a
yeah.
Falcon's shotgun. What a terrible place to stick Falcon's shotgun besides the garbage.
Yeah, that is the only good place to put that shotgun. Beardyman
Oh, man.
Beardson stopping by to drop a like and say hello. Catch you on the replay. What's up, Beardy? In the
Good to
future
see you,
tomorrow.
Beardy.
Eric says her hair is long. It's for the shotgun. It's where you hang Trapjaw's claw, is what Graf says.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the big difference is her hair is long here, but if you go over to the hockey mask version of her, her hair is really short. So it's kind of like what they did with Jodie Shooter, where it's like for hairstyles, we'll do some cuts here, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes, yeah, just a couple of different portraits, I
yeah,
guess.
I
So
don't I don't hate it.
I think Eric Eric's a Zanya fan too. It's where my hand would go. All right, let's see. I think we are just about ready to talk about some vehicles and some prices. You ready to get into that?
I am, sir. I am.
All right. I do have some slides. I don't have it pulled up. Let me pull up the
Well, you have to take me
website.
off the screen to do that.
Oh yeah, I guess I should do that. Let's see. Go up a page, go to that one, go to that one. All right. So I have the website we talked about pulled up, but I do have some slides. So throw this up there. I'm gonna have to blow it up and hope that it doesn't get too distorted. So we were talking about finding some old catalog pictures, and I got to doing a little Googling. 3D Joe's actually has some scans of the Sears Wish book.
Yeah, they're great for that. 3D Joe's.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that those were on there. So because that's what I was actually looking for was the Sears Wish book. And
that's nostalgic.
When I Googled that, it took me straight to the 3D Joe's page. So this is 82. So hopefully it won't distort too bad blowing it up. So that tent, man.
I'm gonna leave myself off camera for a bit. That tent, yeah. Can you blow it up even more? I can't make out what's on the tent.
It's the like the cartoon look cover with them.
Oh, it's the G.I. Joe flag behind them. Okay, I was trying to say, why can't I read G.I. Joe? But it seems like it's there. Got it.
Yeah, it's just a crease in it. And then looks like just some characters down on the bottom with that 82 art.
The blood red sky of G.I. Joe.
Wolfgrim said he got that tent for Christmas and his brother popped it that morning.
It was inflatable frame. I see that now. Yeah. That guys, come on, back in that day, we didn't have electric pumps. You just had kids and dad's lungs to fill that shit too.
You had a dad that spent all of Christmas morning out of breath because he was up doing that shit.
So you're telling me your brother popped it because you body slammed him through it, right? Like there had to have been retributions over this.
It was something crazy like that. So inflatable frame. So here's our stuff from 82. Of course, they got the Missile Command Center back there.
God.
Cardboard.
Yeah, man, I remember all this like it was yesterday almost, some of it. Like, this was where I fell in love.
If Classified wanted to do a banger deep cut of a playset for a HasLab, because nobody ever had it. Nobody ever it never happened.
It was one of the first things I said as a channel when I started exploring the line, and I was talking no editing. I would just live stream and talk about Joe. And when I saw and remembered the Missile Command Set, I'm like, we need this. I've been wanting that forever, but do you know how much that would cost? And the other part of it is I would need to have a mass device piece that's compatible with the background because they've already invested us into the mass device.
Yeah. So that thing was $10.99. Of course, it was cardboard, but it came with 3 figures.
Fuck you, Lenny. Sorry. $10.99.
How dare you speak ill of the dead? He's not dead.
Sorry, that's one of those scapegoating comments I was making, wasn't it?
Yeah, right. So some of our prices here. So the Mobat, $18.99. Of course, it was motorized. That's kind of high for 82, but
it was, because look at what was the price of a figure back then. I think it was like $2.99, something like that. Like they weren't high.
I think they were $250 at this point.
Yeah.
So sets of 3 here. Sets of 3.
Oh yeah.
$7.99.
Do that.
Mobile Strike Force, $7.99 for 3 figures in 82.
There you go. And that was to save you money. You buy them, right? And
Yeah.
freeze.
And they
But
can't
that was a
even
lot of ordering catalogs too, because we used to do that a lot in the 80s. Like go to a store and order a fig from the back room as opposed to a shelf. Yeah.
So the big one here that was like that was service merchandise. That was the big ordering and go pick it up one here.
For us, it was a bit of Sears, a bit of Hudson Bay, and consumers distributing was very much like this. Like you just walked in, opened a catalog, wrote a number down, and took it to a clerk, and they went and got it.
Yeah, man, them days. I remember like service merchandise. That was the only place here that had the Dinobots in Transformers. You couldn't find Dinobots anywhere. Service merchandise was the only place that ever got them. And I remember going to pick up, going with my mom to pick up one for Pop Blender's mom for something for him, his birthday or Christmas or something. And we had, his mom had ordered, it might have been Grimlock because he had Grimlock. I didn't have Grimlock. It might have been him, but like you couldn't find Grimlock anywhere, and hardly anybody had him. But anyway,
I remember that one. Yeah, Grimlock was the most sought after of that line. Even up here, I remember that, and I wasn't even into Transformers because I wanted Grimlock for that reason.
Yeah,
like he's cool, and I can't get him, so I want him.
that was the jam, man. I love G1 Transformers. Clint saying if you have this, they still have to honor the prices. Sears is gone.
Yeah,
they ain't honoring shit.
Yeah, and if you go to
for the tent, Eric,
if you go to another site called toycollectors.com, they show you what the expected retail is now for these sets. Like, the jetpack was $4.99 in 1983, but in 2025 it was worth $140, or et cetera, et cetera. Like they'll give you that info. So you can take that in your pocket to a con and go, well, this is kind of what I was thinking. And they can tell you if that's current or not.
Let's see, get back, too many tabs open here. So here's our 82. And then we go into 83. Boy, look at all this other cool shit in 83. All stuff over here on the left.
Yeah, they've got a bit of it mixed in with 82. It's almost like they did the calendar update between the seasons.
Yeah. So there's our headquarters, Dragonfly, the APC. They just got it all mixed together.
I had all of that.
I had
the first couple of years for sure.
I had most of it. This was the year that I got my first Joes, was in 83. So Christmas of 83, I've showed some of those pictures before, was a good year for young 3-star.
Yeah, for sure. And we know what we paid for a lot of these, but we can speculate for some because I do see the Fang in there and Sky Strikers and whatnot. But interestingly enough, just scroll right down on this page for a second. Look what they used to get away with in the 80s to appeal to parents, right? Zoom out a little bit. Non-G.I. Joe vehicles with a G.I. Joe in the turret of that tank. I think that's a Steeler.
Yeah.
Borrowed from a Mobat set, right? Like, I'm pretty sure. The other figures I think are fine, but that one I think is specifically borrowed from another company. Right?
Yeah.
Thought that was interesting.
Yeah. That's funny. They just kind of like, oh, it's close enough. We'll put this other
just put it with the other Army toys. It's good.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe with
look at that. There's a little Army Fortress thing here. Little green Army Men Fortress. We'll just stick that in there.
Because buying toys was different. It was for the parents to buy for their kids. So they were looking at piece counts and price and everything. Now only collectors are looking and we're just ripping everything apart. How dare you put the two in comparison? Yeah, well, parents wanted that comparison.
Yeah, for sure. There's
Ronnie
Trick Shot popping in. G'day, boys. Sorry for being very late. Just had a 2-hour Teams meeting at work. Gotta love those. Love them Teams meeting.
Oh, teams.
My dad were alive today, he'd say Santa's broke this year. Enjoy your
Yeah.
and yeah, the train set pot blender. I've always wanted either the train set or the truck set, the Tyco, but really the train. Like the train one was just awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
$32.99. That was an expensive set back then. That was $32.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a time where I think you were filling up your tank of gas with $10, right? Like something
Mhm.
along that line. It was a different economy. You had to be there to believe it.
But just it's crazy to think back how cheap some of this stuff was and the
Oh,
size of
okay.
it.
So let's talk about one on this page. Are you good to talk about one? Because there's one I really love that I'm like,
Oh,
man, that's my HasLab.
yeah, go ahead. What are we looking at?
The GI Joe APC.
Yeah,
That
I
one.
know that's where you're going with that.
That needs to come to the line, and it needs to be a shelf edition, not a HasLab, right? Because it's just an empty carrier with some seats. But you could have a good time with that with classified. So if I were to ask you, all right, Darren, welcome to Hasbro. You're going to release the APC. It's got to be direct to shelf. What price point am I thinking, Darren? What are you going to put it at?
150.
150 for
Yep.
a vehicle that holds up to 12 classified characters. You're fucking fired.
No lights, no bells, no whistles, just make it big enough. And there's no way it would hold 12. It would hold 6 or maybe 8.
So I think it would have to hold a minimum of 10 to have also play feature for that turret that wasn't really there originally. Like you'd have to, the classified would develop that turret more than what we got. Because when you were a kid, it came off with the canopy. There was nothing under that turret for a figure to sit or anything like that. It was just
No, yeah. It was just
decoration.
there.
Right?
Yeah.
You'd have to make it so you could get your figures into the driver's compartment, which means that top half still has to come off on that front end. There's a lot of function out there. I can't see it going for retail for anything less than 250.
200.
And that's direct market. 200 from Lego?
Kid at 200 and 188.99 for Stu. Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. So he's trying to go under. Stu's trying to go under 200. He's trying to underbid. So
no, and that's fair. Like to me, this thing has a lot of limitations and constraints around it. One is the reuse, right? Aside from Night Force, nobody else really reused this in the line. So how do we do that? Either way, I'm just playing the game, man. I'm like, what do you think? You said it was 150?
Yeah, I said 150, and I'm thinking no driver on it, just so you add $30 if they're putting a driver with it, and they probably would. So I guess maybe 179.99 for it with a driver, but I'm not thinking as big as you're thinking. I think they would take whatever they would accommodate for the turret to be functional. They'd move the seats back a little bit and make 2 less seats.
Okay. The other thing I think they have to do with this one is because it's so big, they either have to invent a way to mount those wheels on like they did with the vamp, like the post part there, which, plastic on plastic positioning. They used to have metal rods, and if they did metal rods now, that might increase the weight. So to me, as much as I want this, I'm thinking there's no way I'm parting with less than 200 for it, and that's US dollars. In Canada, that would be 270, probably 260.
If it was done right, because I'm with you. Like I really like the APC. It's so much fun to play with. It actually floated, so that meant I could take it down to the creek and play with it. If it was done right, I would probably go 250 on the APC. but it would have to. I don't need lights on it, but I need some. I need some bells and whistles. I need that turn. I need a guy that can have a little seat in it, kind of like, kind of like the hunter tank, something
Mhm.
something like that, where you can set a guy down and close the hatch. I'm gonna need something like that with it. Um, Again, I don't need lights with this thing, but if it was done right, I'd spend 250 on an APC.
Yeah, and I mean for functionality, because you didn't have a choice. You couldn't take part of the canopy off. You had to take the whole canopy off. The only other
Yeah.
section that removed after that was the driver's compartment front area, right? But it'd be good if the canopy were two parts in this, so you could retain the turret, but still open up the back and that you could see what your figures are doing inside. Because we're talking about a 12, like a 1/12 scale now, right?
Oh
Like
yeah,
that's going to take
yeah.
up a lot of shelf space. It better interact. No vehicle from 82 to probably 80, well, until the whale, interacted better than this.
No, I don't think so either. And yeah, I like that idea. Canopy in two sections. You can take off the back half of it and still get a camera in there to get your phone in there to take a pictures of the guys in the front riding in it.
Yeah.
It'll throw some good, just enough light and shadow into the front. Yeah, that'd be good. Z Force did APC. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
So why don't you pick
Driver.
something off this page after this?
So, well, I mean, we already got the hiss, we got the vamp, we got the dragonfly. I don't. I'm not even going to go Mobat.
No.
We got a ram already. Don't leave much. Let's just go with the Fang. Shit, why not? Because we're probably. Oh, what did I do? I did something.
The Fang told you to fuck off. Nope.
Yeah. Hang on. What did I do?
I'm already coming. Don't disappoint them. There we go.
Yeah.
So how much was the Fang back then?
The Cobra Fang back then was on here somewhere.
Yeah, they usually have the letter next to the thing, but it's probably about between 4 and 7, right?
Well, I was trying to do it without the letter. It's number 3. Cobra Fang was $4.99 with no pilot because we didn't get a pilot with it back then.
We did not, and they had somebody seated in it. It looked like Breaker. It's like I thought they just had a Joe in the Fang seat in the picture there.
It's
clutch. Oh, it's clutch. It's another clutch.
Clutch. Cobra Clutch. Hey, that's the Sarge's move. Cobra Clutch. There we go.
Fucking Hasbro, the clips are backwards. Yeah, go back and look at the pictures from the 80s. Okay, we're doing good. Clips are backwards. I don't care.
we know where he come up with the name for it now. He was looking at the picture for the Fang.
Yeah. Jesus.
Oh, so they're not going to do the Fang without a pirate or a pirate. They're probably going to do it without a pirate, but not without a pilot.
I'm so disappointed now. I wanted a pirate.
Well, we're Zanzibar's probably coming at some point.
That's true. So
just hold your horses. Fang with a pilot, I think, is going to. I'm sad to say I think this is another $110 set.
I was just thinking Despoiler, like same price point, 100%.
This is another Despoiler price point, and they're gonna skimp, and they'll skimp on the figure.
And this is what I was saying earlier, because if you compare the Fang to the Ram motorcycle, it is a bit bigger. It is, and if you're going to throw a figure in with it, well, because it's a bit bigger, the price point goes up just a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think things like the Cobra Coil, the Rams that we get, I think those are the lowest price point vehicles, and we took them for granted because now we're getting into these ones, Polar Battle Bears, things like this, right? So
stuff like that's exactly right. Let's see. Dookie says $5 for the Fang. Yeah, not a Fang fan, I guess.
In 83.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was $5 in 83. Okay, I got you. No more than 75 with a pilot for the Fang. So that's the hopefulness I had for the Despoiler was like 74.99, 79.99, and that's going to be the new price point for those. And those vehicles, when I started collecting classified, the price point for those was $41.99. That's how much when I got into classified. Duke and the Ram cycle was at Target, and it was $41.99.
Yeah, I remember that. And we've jumped a few times since then, and it keeps going up. The Fang, like another reason I agree with the Despoiler, right? Or the Despoiler comparison. Fang's gonna inevitably have a rotator, right? Like it's gonna need tooling to have a rotator that can survive being whatever. I don't think it'll be electric; it'll be manual. But the spoiler, you saw the missile and rocket count attachments that they had. They reused a couple of Stinger missiles, but they made other ones. You're going to see a weapons array on this one as well, right? Because you can see it's got the 4 rockets on the side, but what they don't show you is that it's got a big honking bomb on the belly. Things like that, right? And I think they'll exploit that a bit, maybe do stuff with that to boost up some reuse of other stuff, right?
Yeah, I do too. And I meant to say this when we were talking about the other stuff. We're going to get a backward scrap iron blast effect with this. So.
Oh, good fuck God, yeah. God, that's so one thing consistent with every generation of Joe's is those blast effects work less and less and less.
So awesome when we got them with scrap iron, and now we're so sick of them, and they made them backwards now. They had them right and they went backwards. Say what's up to Viper Scout saying the pilot needs to be short, like punk short for the Fang.
I've always liked how close they are. That rotor wash and then just that poor Cobra Trooper they have on the box, like
he's like, I can't keep this thing in the air because of the wind on my face. Is Doc wearing a sombrero?
Yeah, they've got the pill caps perfectly poised towards the camera, right? It looks longer than it is.
Mexican Doc.
Feeling so tired.
Doctor. He's also a He-Man character. It's Doctor. Oh shit, the Fang pilot's Zartan in disguise. Here we go.
There we go.
All right,
so the Whirlwind
is
the only other one on the page. Do you feel like talking about the Whirlwind, or should we just look at a different page?
No, man, I'm good. This is fun. This is probably better than the slides I've got anyway.
I really want a Whirlwind. I do. It was my favorite of the 3 that Joe had for the towable armor stuff, or just armor, like artillery.
So it was number 15. So let's look down our handy little cheat sheet. It was also $4.99 in 1983. With no figure, right? It didn't come with a figure then. So
no, they had rock and roll in it in the box.
And that's
like on the box.
Grunt? Yeah. Grunt, I believe. Yeah.
Looks like Grunt. Let's say it's Grunt.
Yeah. Grunty.
Yeah.
So we need some more towable stuff. We talked about wanting the ASP. So I think, because I'm trying to think of figure, right? Because they're going to put a figure in it. This is going to be 80, 75, 80 bucks. This is, the HMS, the MMS, it's probably going to hit that price point because it's the same kind of thing. So is that also, are those going to be 110 now for that? I thought that shit was overpriced to start with. Hulk and the MMS was, 80?
In Canada, it was $79.99. So yeah, so you guys would probably have been in the maybe 60 mark, about 65.
No, it was more than that.
Was it? Okay, then we were getting a deal up here. Because I did see it as high as 85 up here, but I did see it at 79 at one point.
Yeah, I think it was 75.
Okay. So
I'm gonna look on
I'm
Amazon
thinking,
real quick.
I'm thinking if,
$79.99 list on Amazon here.
yeah. So here's a no-brainer. I think this and the Asp make sense in the same wave year. If you look at the functionality of how that trailer mechanism worked, it's not that much different than the Asp. Like some tooling can be done. They're going to have to get in the concept of wheels that rotate down and
Yeah,
like dual toe pintle hooks or something overlapping on some of them. But
yeah,
they, if they want to keep doing aircraft for HasLabs, like the Rattler, like the Dragonfly, they know that people want to put them on the shelves, and having something anti-air shooting at them is desirable. So an Asp and something like this would pair beautifully with somebody who has those HasLabs, right? So
if you got your shelf set up where you've got one slightly lower than the other one, you put the Dragonfly or the Rattler on a stand,
Mhm.
and you can actually have it like it's shooting up at it. It'd be awesome.
And they do like to do little things like rewarding people who bought HasLabs by releasing sets that were clearly dedicated to HasLab. So the thought process is there.
Yeah, and sometimes they release them over a year later, and sometimes
Mm-hmm.
not at all.
Dragonfly.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the world. I forgot. Yeah, the whirlwind had those. I blew it up over here, so I moved it. Sorry. Um, so yeah, the whirlwind. I forgot it had the tires that folded down to keep it where it
Yeah.
was sitting on some kind of a base. Yeah.
And
So is that
hey,
what
if you like, sorry, I was going to say, and if you liked the Ram Gatling cannon, guess what you're getting?
you get a ram cannon? You get a ram cannon. You know they're going to get more mileage out of that sucker.
Double down.
Yeah, 2 ram cannons. They should have just put that thing on top of the vamp.
At
As
this
much as
point, I'm
I
kind of
hate it,
surprised they didn't. Yeah.
much as I hate it, uh, based given what the vamp came with for weapons on top, I'd have rather them just give them that damn Gatling gun again if they were going to change it
No,
around.
nah.
No,
If you're going to give me crap, at least make it taste different. So I'm
fuck,
good.
fuck the 50 calibers. I never want to see them things again in my life.
Yeah.
Dragonfly worth every penny. Dragonfly so gorgeous. Love that. It's the best one for me. It's the best one we've gotten so far. It's my favorite.
I feel it was definitely the most rewarding for people with the 4 full tiers of figures.
Yeah,
I think maybe if the Rattler had come with one more dynamic figure, that would be a different conversation. But I don't know.
yeah.
I don't have a Rattler for that. So
The Rattler's great. I mean, it's a good toy. Like I will always go back to what I've said about it is it is obnoxiously large,
yeah,
but it's a fun set. You just can't, it's so big you can't do much with it.
I
Um,
could see that.
you know,
Like, yeah.
it's so big like you can't. It's hard to photograph. It's really hard to photograph in the air because you can't hardly hold it up and get a good grip on it and then do pictures with it. Um, let's see, my canopy broke. My Dragonfly canopy broke, along with a
Oh,
bunch of other people. Bees broke. Um,
that happened to my Hiss technical canopy. That's why I have the
mm,
one piece canopy on my Hiss. Those hinges, they'll do it. I two
uh,
hand my every time I use my or open my Dragonfly, I am like using 4 points of contact to lift and pull those windows open. No
yeah,
thumb hook, none of this. Right?
yeah. No, me either.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go back to. All right, I'll go back to that view and get us on the screen for a minute. So there's our 83 stuff, and I kind of like doing this. We might run through some of my slides I've got of some later
Yeah.
and some of the shitty vehicles. We'll do that part for laughs. Um, this one was just extra. Like this was the rest of that part of the catalog, I believe. I wanted this one because it had better resolution, but it had like there's the sleeping bag. You remember the little sets, the little radio sets?
I do. Yeah.
Did you have
They had
any of
the
that stuff? Any of
no,
the play, cosplay, whatever, role play stuff?
no. I don't. If I remember that time right, that was like desirable to kids like 4 or 5. That the parents didn't really want them playing with the toys with the little guns, but maybe their brother were playing with it, so they would get this kind of crap right until they were old enough to play with that stuff, or their parents were worn down about it. But like
Yeah.
the big wheel and things like that, the downhill slalom, I think those things had like, I never saw one. I think we always wanted to see them, but again, our age group, we were too big for some of that stuff.
I don't ever remember seeing the snowmobile one, but
Well,
I knew a kid that had the trike, the big wheel. I knew a kid that had that one.
yeah, it would make sense that I'd see it and you wouldn't up here, right? But ours would have a Canadian flag. It'd still say red, white, and blue GI Joe, and then they would have a Canadian flag on it somewhere.
Yeah. I always thought this tent was cool. I always liked this tent with got the issue 1 on there. I always liked it. I had the little canteen set that had like the canteen and I think compass and binoculars. I had that set. But I thought it was neat. I actually have a sleeping bag, and you can't see it from where I'm sitting. I've showed it before, but I've got it hanging on my closet doors, rolled up. Found it at a garage sale here in town a few years ago, probably in 23. And I was out and I hit up a garage sale, and they had some toys in it. And I bought a shitload of fishing lures and a GI Joe sleeping bag, and I can't figure out what year it's from.
Oh, maybe that's whatever year this catalog was.
Well, it's not this one. It's just camouflage. It's just straight up camouflage. But it's like somebody's old sleeping bag. So I brought it home and washed it in the bathtub, and now it's a display piece.
So the left side picture, we've got some interesting ones to talk about, but they're along the lower bottom. You just have to zoom in everything under the hovercraft. God bless. I love it, hovercraft. I don't think we need to include the hovercraft in this discussion today, do we? We know it's a big honking HasLab and nothing less.
Yeah, I mean that's the one that we've talked about a ton of times. I don't think, and we'll probably talk about it again. But for this discussion, yeah, probably the big, huge stuff we can leave out.
So, reference our discussion about the APC, right? And you landed at what, 150? I landed around 200 to 250.
Yeah, I adjusted for 180 with a driver. So.
And that was a large 3-wheeled vehicle. So to the very left of this screen, item C is the Slugger. Another larger 3-wheeled vehicle, but with way less functionality and space. It's basically a crew commander's hole and a gun and a dozer blade on the back. So back supporting blade on the back, so it doesn't blow itself backwards. So one of the things I would want on this is, I'm going to ask you what you think something like that comes with. I can't remember the driver's name, and I loved this thing. Thunder. It was Thunder, right? I keep wanting to say Rolling Thunder, but that's something else. But the blast effect issue. This is a much larger bore cannon. Do you do a blast effect? And if you do, what is your price for this with a figure and with the blast effect set that you would want with this?
Because you're going to have a nice size blast effect. You got to have, if you do a blast effect, you got to do a new blast effect, because you got to have something for flash coming out of that compensator on the end, which was one of my favorite parts about this thing. I loved the Slugger and Thunder. So this they're not doing this because it was, even though it was really simple, it was also a pretty big mid-size, small mid-size vehicle. I don't I'm gonna go, and I'm looking at the Arctic Hiss here because the Arctic Hiss was 180. So
With the driver,
probably,
yeah.
yeah, same price range. I think maybe might be able to get away with this for like, because there's not much to it. It's just a shell and a big gun, so it's not going to have a lot of bells and whistles. Probably do get away with it for 160, 175. You think
So,
175?
and that's with the blast effects and with the driver, right?
Yeah.
So here's the thing, that's only $25 more than the APC, which had so much more work involved in it. Do you know what I mean? As far as
Yeah.
you have to really detail the interior as well as the exterior. Or this, no one's going to see the interior, right? You
That's
might put a
true. Yeah.
panel on the side or something like that, right? So I'm going to borrow from your logic and I'm going to go, okay, let's say the APC is 150 US. That puts it over 200 Canadian. I could picture that for sure and accept it. I would have the prices at the same because of the cannon and the blast effects. And then I would juice the figure up with kit or something, right? But maybe add panels and things like this to this. But yeah, this confuses things for me because the logic of the size is versus the detailing.
Yeah, when you approach it like that, I can definitely see the APC being more costly depending on how much detail you're going to do on the inside of the canopy, all of that. This one is it's just tall, and
Yeah.
you've got to make the barrel stable at all of the angles, so it's going to have a ratchet system in there.
Yeah, it'll have to click like a mother. Yeah. Clickety click.
You're gonna have to have a big blade on the back, but that wouldn't have to be that complicated. Although
It wasn't complicated
when I get it, I'm still gonna say I wish they hit it with some paint.
Yeah. Yeah,
Graph saying 170. So you think this would be, you were at what, 250 on the APC? You think this is getting there?
Well, I would say, around the 200 mark or just below it for US, but in Canada, it would definitely be between 200 and 250 for sure for an APC direct. And I'd say this would have to match that price point. Like there would have to be a consistent. So, like not every vehicle and not every figure costs the same to make. Clearly, they're rounding, right? They are rounding it to the nearest threshold for a price margin. This would fall into the exact same one just due to its size, length, height, but the low functionality, that's not eating up as much cost as for that price as the APC would be. So there's got to be a balance in there. That's all.
All right. And I've got this comment from Graph highlighted. Any guess on how much the swamp skier was? So it's number F. We'll look. I think it was $10.
I'm gonna say that it was I think $4 or $5.99. It came with Zartan.
Yeah. Yep. And he's got one at Yojo Depot, unless he sold it. He's got a sealed one, but it's still got the original tag.
So what number was that? F? Let's find F.
No,
letter, I should say.
It was F.
Yeah.
644.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, I was close, but I was low.
So so now here's the proof. Here's the evidence. 644 is now 60.
Yeah, it's around that. Like I said, remember, they're trying to part different people with monies in 2 different years, right? 1983, they weren't trying to part money from toy collectors. They were trying to part money from parents on a budget in a nuclear family around Christmas time and seasonal times, right? So they would make low price point, high piece count, transparent boxes, so parents could examine and see what they were buying their kids and see if that was a good deal and if that would keep little Billy happy. And that was the concern. Over here, we're just like, oh, it's not valuable. It's not. This isn't what I asked for, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That'd be an interesting one. Eric said he got the slugger and it broke out of the box.
Oh man, I got
So
mine on a birthday where I had my dental work done, and so I couldn't have a party. And my mom popped me by Sears, and we bought that, and it was the best day. I watched movies, ate ice cream, played with my slugger, had a party the next weekend. But R.I.P. Penny.
Yeah, he said. Clint said it'd be $6.45 today because they got rid of pennies. So
yeah,
R.I.P. Penny.
So the water moccasin is the one that we know they've talked about it coming, right?
Yeah, it's coming. I don't know. I think there's most everybody's agreed it's probably going to be next year now, but it's kind of a poorly kept secret that it's been planned for a year anyway.
Yeah, that's the one I think compares to the vamp price system. The vamp, the stingers, the Ostrikers. Like, I think that's pretty cut and dry, right? But did you have that as a kid? Because I had one of the best memories of that.
Of what, the water moccasin?
Yep.
I had. Oh yeah, I love my water moccasin and my copperhead, but I also have one as an adult.
Yeah, I've got a reprint down and it's missing a couple of pieces. I always said I would try to refurbish it, but I still have one too. Yeah.
The only thing this one doesn't have is the ski bomb on the bottom, and it was broke. It was the only thing broken when I got this. Purple Elf actually got this for me. It has the veins. I just don't have them on here because they're so fragile. Yeah. So I absolutely loved the water moccasin and copperhead.
Yeah. So my mom bought me the water moccasin like weeks before Christmas. Too early because I was still doing swim practices at 6 a.m. Right. I used to be I would say I enjoyed it, but I didn't. I was competitive swimming when I was younger. So we do a lot of 6 a.m. practices on weekdays and things like that. And mom had to drive me. She forgot she had my water moccasin in the trunk one morning. So I found out I was getting the water moccasin like weeks before Christmas, right? And in my little head, I thought, well, that's my Christmas present. Like you found it. That's what you're getting from the G.I. Joe. I figured the rest of it would be clothes and other things. Like my mom treated me well, but it wouldn't just be all about G.I. Joe, right? And wasn't I just a little disappointed I didn't stumble across the hovercraft that year? Like it wasn't the hovercraft. So I was pretty heartbroken, knowing what my Christmas present was till the hovercraft showed up under that tree anyways, right? But it was just such a profound memory all around. You're happy you found your Christmas present, and then you're like, oh no, I found my Christmas present.
I never snooped, and I can honestly say, as a kid, I never went snooping for presents, but I did find one by accident once.
Yeah, and that's what this was. She had it in the trunk of the car, but she had told me to throw my swim gear in the trunk and let's go. And so I did, but she forgot. She left something in the trunk that she shouldn't have, right? And I didn't say anything. I just, didn't see anything, right? But it just, you had weeks. And I think I was like 9 years old. So weeks of this eroding in my head going, that wasn't the hovercraft though. Oh no.
I'm getting the water moccasin. It's so cool. But man.
Mikey and Scott are going to get hovercrafts. Oh,
so great. Graf saying, look at that deep six goodness. They didn't get me with the Despoiler, but if that shark is 110, they got me. That's actually the one that I was gonna pick for this. Cotton water. Graf says it's swamp gas. Gas.
Yeah, the shark is one I really do want classified to do, but It's just now that I know they're doing a deep six figure, it's like, okay,
Right.
so what do you do with it? Do you do another deep six and do that redundancy issue with that price point? Like, this feels like a big message to say, don't expect a shark.
Either that or it's down the road and they're going to do a, a V2, or they're going to put somebody else with it. Because, I mean, if we get the water moccasin, or when we get the water moccasin, we've already got two copperheads and they're both perfect. So I think the the talk is that it's going to be like a swamp viper, like pilot type, and maybe a female, which I'm fine with. I mean, I don't need him to screw Copperhead up. He's
Yeah, I
great.
mean, you make it, I'd say maybe a new type of range viper. Like you saw what they did with Grim Viper. They can fill that role any way they want. That's not going to be
Yeah,
something standing in its way, right? But
yeah.
then I'd
Uh,
ask, okay, so what's the plans for the Wolverine? Right? Next.
yeah.
Yeah.
100 graph
100.
for the shark in deep six, because I think the water moccasin, I think they're gonna pimp it out. They're gonna zhuzh it up. The shark, I mean, they
Just-
probably would too, but I think the water moccasin is so wanted, you know. I think they would want to make sure that they nailed the water moccasin and not just shove it out the door like they did with the All Striker.
So I also look at it from the designs too. Like I said, it should be priced at the same price point as the map with clutch, and I'll stand by that. But I feel like they've got an easier task that frees up budget money for them. In that this won't have wheels. There's no need to do posts, wheels, separate pieces like that. You're not dipping into that budget. It's a smooth bottom vehicle. That's pretty. That's about as cheap as you get. So that that extra money being allocated to an under chassis really gets put onto the little zhuzhing you were talking about, right? Like
Yeah,
a nice interior, some kind of cool functionality with the rotors and the vanes and things like that. Like those things that need to happen that are going to be tricky, right? So,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, we'll see. So shark with deep six without the deep sea suit, Liquid says. And what's up, Liquid? How you doing?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a one-seater, which I think some people have said they need it to be a two-seater for the Shark if it's going to go to classified. I could understand the argument, but I don't need it to be.
Well, we know what doing stuff where you can fit two people in it does. For God's sake, it makes the canopy makes the rest of the vehicle 3 times bigger than it needs to be if you got
Yeah.
two peoples in there. But they'd be front and back. It'd be like the Dragonfly cockpit with the shark. I think it'd be neat. I don't need
And
it. I don't need it to justify making a shark, but it would be cool.
no, but I think the water vehicles are becoming more unique. Like I won't talk about Ballast Patrol boat that everybody wants to get for their shelf. There's a reason everybody wants to get that. Is because one, it looks good, but two, nobody's
Yeah.
putting any support to water in these military shelves, yet they constantly release divers. There's nowhere
Yeah.
to really organically flow with that. So water vehicles have this wanted space that is, I feel like classified as like, no, you don't. Really? Really? You want boats? Really?
Yeah. Everybody is gonna buy that Vala boat and put all their Cobra Eels on it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
Or their Joe divers with their seal legacy or 60th anniversary seal guys and torpedo.
it's your
'Cause
condiment tray for your ketchup and mustards. It's like
it's the little round the souffle cup. The little
yeah,
souffle
yeah,
cup.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll get into 85 here. And
We jumped to 84. No, we didn't. No.
yeah, we
No,
were
we
on
just
80.
did 84. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, 85,
So
yeah.
So look at all of this other stuff they just stuck over here on the side, like what you were talking about, all this
Yeah.
non-GI Joe stuff, but maybe we'll trick them. And when I looked at this, I thought I was like, were they trying to sell kids Fireball in 1985? That's like, oh, that's not the
No.
Fireball Devil logo, but it sure looks like it.
Is that, I think that's Fisher Price Adventure or something on the side. I can't remember the brands. They had so many brands that didn't last back then. Toys was such a hot market in my day,
Yeah.
but yeah, just throw them all on one page. And like I
Yeah.
said, borrow figures from each other. But there you go. You've got your Bridge Layer, Moray, and Hovercraft all in one figure. Get your special socks out, boys.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Get your socks out. Well, I mean, we already know what they did with this one.
yeah. But look at the right there, the Crimson Hiss with an MMS, right? There's a
Yeah.
made to order, right? So
Yeah.
let's do that. Let's do that.
That was the Sears set. Yep. So
Quickly logic that out though. If we had a mail order Arctic one and they followed it up, 2 years later, let's say, with mail order Crimson Guard, bought with the MMS and the driver, it's 2 years, and they had success with the previous Hiss HasLab. All you're doing is adding the MMS. What's the new price?
yeah, it's
2 years later.
all
Yeah.
stuff we've already got, just in a different color. So, well, we know, I mean, it's 180 for the Arctic Hiss with a driver. So you got to add another. I mean, what's that thing worth now in 2026 money? Just the missile launcher, 180. This thing's going to be 240.
Okay, but the missile launcher did come with a figure too, right?
Yeah.
So are you adjusting that price? It came with the figure and blast effects. So
Yeah.
technically it's a set with two figures that you have to adjust for.
Well, if they're doing two, I was just thinking one. I was just thinking a driver, but if we're putting a figure with it to control the HMS, then yeah, I mean this is 250 easy, repaint or not. I mean, we know what we're getting with a repaint and one figure and a little bit of new tooling. So if they just do straight up the Hiss without, or even if they did use anything from the Arctic Hiss, they've already got it tooled. So that's where they might save us a little money, maybe, is if they just copied everything over in another color. It's 250. I said 240 with one, 250, I'll say 260 with two figures.
With two figures, two repaints, all across the board. These are repaints with maybe some tweaks to kit, right? That's what we're saying. I'm inclined to agree with you, but I also would add $10 to whatever you did mathematically to work out the MMS in one figure. You just take that math right there. What's the MMS in one with the figure? Take that price, add it to what we just paid for the Arctic Hiss, because that came with a figure. Take those two numbers, but then I add $10 because it's 2 years later. They were very successful getting that first Arctic Hiss to get ordered. So exploit, a little bit of exploitation, but it's only been 2 years. So I'm going to call it an adjustment for XYZ, not tariffs, but maybe, hey, cost of oil went up by a percentage and shipping harassment or whatever, right? 2 years from now, I see prices still going up.
Yeah. So probably 275.
There you go. In Canada, that would be closer to 350 to 360.
But so we're all going on operating under, say it's been announced and that's the price. Are you buying this set for 275?
No.
Or 300 in Canada money?
Okay, well, I mean, before I say no, let's say that circumstances are that we are, money conscious, but we have all the space in the world if we do want something.
Yeah.
Okay. Because if we're money conscious, that's what it's about. Are we feeling like that's going to be a fair price or whatever? But we got to set some sort of parameters or we'll rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I gotta get my drink. Yeah.
All right. Get you a drink. Take your little
my ginger ale.
You sippy sip there. I really want to start. Yeah. Scotch, scotch, scotch. I love scotch. I really want to get a
Yeah.
G.I. Joe sippy cup for streams and put my coffee in.
Nice.
Yeah, 85, man. 85 is probably the best year graph. 84 and 85 for sure.
I mean, that's when they knew they were hot, right? So they fed hot with hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 80. But most of all my favorite characters were 84 characters. I always say 85 is the best year, but most of my favorites were in 84.
And I can see it. For me, it was about aging with the line, right? Like eventually my interest got waned off to other things because I was maturing as a kid and had high school coming up in the next couple of years, right? So, but for adult collectors, it's just like familiarity. You were, I think, a year or two after me as far as collecting. Like, I think 84, 85 was probably your first year, wasn't it?
83.
83. Okay, so you didn't get 82 right away, but you got 83 and was like, man.
Yeah, I never had any original straight arms. Everything that I got was the 1.5 was the swivel arms. But most of my the only 82 figure that I remember getting new was Snake Eyes and one of the Cobras. I think the officer. I never had the trooper till a lot later, the red. I had the silver. I think those were the first ones that I got new. But my first figure, my first Joe was Torpedo, and he was 83. And then Christmas of 83 was like I got nothing but Joe shit.
So I'm kind of glad you opened up the prices on this, and then you brought up Torpedo later because I was explaining in the comments on one of my videos. It's about figures that caused certain memories, and I remember Torpedo was the one figure that when we brought it home, it caused a drama in our house because my mom's boyfriend. I didn't know. I guess things were on a budget in our house, and my mom had just spent $3.99, $4.99 for the prices of figures at that time, or did we say it was $2.99, something like that? She had spent that money on Torpedo. So I went to go show him how cool Torpedo was with the flippers, how excited I was. And he was virtually like, fuck Torpedo, where's your mother?
Damn.
It's like, really?
Rough. Damn.
Yeah. Those associated memories with these things, man.
So on here we have our 11 and 12 Sears exclusive, the Hiss, and then the Crimson Tank would have been 30 for those two. $24.99 original MSRP on the Whale and $18.99 on the Hydrofoil. Look at that. Good Lord. You can't even look at the spotlight for the Hydrofoil for that. That's not even buying one. You can't even just somebody show you one and you gotta hand them $30.
Hey, let's do something for a friend here really quick. What's that up there we see? What are those kids playing on? Is that the kitchen table? It's hard to see. Yeah. What are they doing now? Give me a full camera for a second. Probably wondering how I'm not conjuring this man by showing you a picture of the flag because he's still on the road right now. Okay, you can take me off. Cheers, Punk. Hope you're having a safe trip.
He's busy playing with all his hotel toys.
Yeah, right.
He got more toys in that hotel room than I've bought this year.
He literally brought a tote of toys. It was awesome. It felt like that is the most relatable memory of being like that age where you were like 9 and playing with these things, grabbing a shopping bag and dumping all your Joes in them and running to your buddy's place. Like, I don't care if the bag's ripped. We'll make it.
Yeah, we'll get there.
That's what he did. He grabbed a bag full of toys and went, I'm going on a road trip.
I'm going to New York.
New York.
What's up, Joe fan?
he's doing everything he can with the sets he's got in the hotel room. But I saw the Colossus versus Polar Bear, and I was like, "What beautiful sheets! That snow looks wonderful and comfy."
That's awesome. So we're not even gonna theorize on the flag. We'll save that for another time. But
Yeah,
yeah, there it is. I once knew a guy that got that in 8 shipwrecks.
okay. So in the HasLab discussion of futures and days and things like that, what do you think? Do you think Hasbro's kind of split on the idea of based off things they hear in the circles between when it's time to DGO again? Could you see it being a good fight between the hovercraft and the Sky Striker?
I think any of the planes beyond the conquest are just going to be so big.
I know.
After seeing the Rattler, and like the Sky Striker, because they're going to make it with the wings that have to move. I don't know, man. I definitely see the whale being on the table for that discussion. I think the Sky Striker would sell. It's just they would really have to find a sweet spot for
There's a few.
another air vehicle and
Mhm.
the price it would be.
So it's really what's driving the engine behind that HasLab, right? And I keep coming back to needing to have interaction with figures to make it worth doing, right? Because of shelf space and things like that. I don't
Yeah,
know if that's a Hasbro consideration. That's what one of my considerations would be as a design member. I'd be like, okay, are we thinking about the common consumer here, right? 2 figures versus multiple figures is working against it, but they have familiarized themselves with doing aviation stuff and doing the Rattler, working out some of the, landing gear stuff, wing dimensions, pondering it over. And they're more geared towards the Air Force than they have been towards the idea of doing big water vehicles, right? So it's kind of like, who's steering the ship? So let me put it to you this way. Let's say you're getting both, either one of these at 400 US. What are you getting for that as far as tier unlocks? That's the HasLab price, 400 US, either
on,
or.
on a Sky Striker or on either. On
Is
either.
there a difference in what you're getting because of that price? If I say you got to do this for $400, give me a set that has the Sky Striker, give me a set that has the hovercraft. What are your tier unlocks going to look like?
With the Sky
What?
Striker, it would have to be you'd have to get Ace, and I think with the Sky Striker you got to get 4 figures, and Ace and somebody else as a co-pilot, and a couple of green shirt ground crew guys like we're getting with the Ramp Rats. You'd have to do 4 figures with it. I think after the Rattler and the backlash for the patches, you're getting the bivouac with the Snowcat. At least it's functional. You're getting a lot of cool little world building things with that. But I think for another plane, people want the figures. And then the whale, I think the whale actually would benefit more from having something with it as a play, like a bivouac style thing. I don't know
Like a
what it
loading
would
dock?
be.
A
Yes,
loading dock?
something, yeah, or maybe an island for the to put
Okay,
beside it that the guys can drop down onto and go in
sure.
like divers to go in the water because hovercraft's set up really high. So
Hmm.
something like that. Of course, you're gonna have Cutter. You maybe do Shipwreck V2, that Seal Shipwreck or something, and maybe some random figure, or if that extra like playset type unlock was really awesome enough, maybe that takes the place of another figure, and you just have Cutter and a co-pilot.
So Here's the thing. I was doing the math all the way through because I wanted to see what you would picture a $400 set with the one of these vehicles. Okay, so with the Sky Striker, you said four figures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Four. Okay, that's fine. I'm accounting for $35 a figure US. Okay, so you just knocked 140 off the budget from that $400 price tag. So by that math, your new benchmark would be to make a playable HasLab reflective Sky Striker at a new price point of 260 because 140 has been eaten up by figures.
Yeah.
Okay. With the whale, remember all that interior play function and the differences and all of that. Let's say your terrain feature that you talked about, let's call that like the $45, $50 US mark, right? Because I think that's what they probably would have costed at the bivouac site at.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So two figures, like when you said shipwreck and cutter, I'm like, okay, so that's bringing it to 290-ish, 280-ish, still maybe doable, but is it visual? And then when you said another character or whatnot, or put all that money into the other play features, I suddenly remembered this thing had a motorcycle, it had a sled, it had mines, like all these detachable play features. There's so the reason I bring it up is I don't even think 400 US is a proper price point for a HasLab for the hovercraft at all right now.
Oh, I think it'd be $5. I think it would be $5.
I think it's in there to start, and the tiers are questionable. Like what $5 will get you, I'm questioning it. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see them work it out because I'd love that thing as a HasLab. Although, it's gonna be pricey. I mean, no matter what, just because of the size of it, it's gonna be high. But I think 4 to 5 is what I will, especially now.
Okay, and then here's the next thing. You're leading the HasLabs. You keep making these bigger and more expensive, and you're later in the line. Collectors have grown the line rather large, and you're starting to hear the rumblings of people going, I think I'm at my point with this.
Yeah.
Right. Is it a worthy investment to do a HasLab that's now priced at $500 and is going to take up 2 cubic feet of space? Like, these are the questions I have. I don't expect answers to it. It's just like, like there's got to be a lot of discussions going on around those that hold shit up forever.
Yeah. I mean, they're just, I don't know how they decide it. They say they got the focus groups and whatever, but these focus groups, I'd love to know the details of the focus groups, like what ages are included. Like, did you have it as a kid? Stuff we'll probably never know, but I would love to know.
Because one of the things I keep hearing back is like we keep saying Hasbro and their money, like what they're doing with their money, and it's not really their money. It's where they're putting the money that's been invested into them, right? So it's kind of like there's a lot of stakeholder considerations when you're making decisions like this. When you see half the wave showing up at Ross and Ollie's, and hear 90% of the market around this saying, "I'm going to wait till exactly that happens," right?
Yeah.
It takes shit off the table.
That's what I'm doing with some stuff because I'm not a completionist anymore, and I don't love everything. Although I still wind up getting most of it, but there's stuff that I'm waiting, like the divers. Like, it's not that I hate them; I'm just not impressed with them, and for me, they weren't worth $55. But now that they're on clearance, I'll definitely want to pick them up if I find them. If I don't, okay. Yeah, I'll find them somewhere because somebody's getting them on clearance, and I'm gonna find them somewhere for less than 55. So
yeah, and I don't mean that like there's been I heard Ninja and others talking about it at other points, but I mean, like, people got to stop looking at this as a line that this Hasbro is overly attached to, right? When the writing's on the wall, they'll be free to walk away from it at any point if they start getting the idea that the consumers are not spending what they need to sustain it. right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon, but it will happen. All lines do it. What do? They invest in the next line because they're trying to satisfy other people, not you.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Yeah. Joe Fest. Let's look at one more because man, it's
Sure.
actually gotten late, and this has been
All right.
fun. It's been. I tell you what, this has been a lot funner than the slides that I did pick
Yeah.
out for this. Yeah.
So
I want to look at. Let's look at this one because I have some. I have at least one of these on the slides that I picked out.
sure, bro.
So 86. So we'll go from 85 to 86. I was going to skip ahead, but those vehicles started getting kind of big. So,
I mean, we can revisit this another night. We can put a pin in it at some point. For sure.
So here we go. We got more
Oh,
series
yeah.
exclusives. We got our Skyhawk and our Fang repaint, and then the Dreadnought set here. So the one that I really wanted to look at was not on this page. I don't think
It wasn't in the smaller vehicle sets with the triple T.
No, it is not.
Because the Thunder Machine is in there as well, but like it's
Yeah.
up top. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can look at the next slide. Or was it the Thunder Machine?
No, it wasn't the Thunder Machine. It definitely was not the Thunder Machine. I wanted to try to pick stuff that hadn't been debated to death. So I'll stop. We'll come back to this one. We'll come back to the 86, but also that year one that I wanted to get y'all's opinion on again. So they're making this. They've announced it. They're making it. How much would you spend? Do you want the LCV?
They announced this? Did I?
No,
or are you saying if they announced this?
If they did, so say everything we've talked about, they announce if, and this is
fucking war
coming.
chest.
Yeah, damn it, war chest. So what is the price right for you to purchase the LCV Recon sled? One of the dumbest vehicles in all of G.I. Joe.
Oh, I mean, the answer is very simple, right? Like price point, it's a chameleon set. It's Serrana because it's gonna have to have a hostage. So we gotta use the hostage approach. I gotta give you an A figure with some pretty dynamic kit to sell the platform it's going to be riding on because this thing is
This thing is trash. Did you have it? Did you have this?
No, but I have seen it in my friend's hands, and I don't even remember if they ever played with it. It's one of those. I don't even think kids liked this. Like, I honestly don't remember anyone liking this.
So
and just for the record, I was recon in my kids, like that's what we call recce, right? And all through my career, I kept coming back to where's my sled because this stuck out in my head as the recce device, right?
How functional would this have been in actual recon, Crow?
It'd be about as functional as trying to sneak through a batch of birch trees by running directly through the trunks of the trees face first.
Oh man! There's D-Mac popping in. What's going on, man?
Hey,
I had to throw this one in because it's
Oh
so
my
ridiculous.
God.
I had it. It was terrible. It was so bad. It was so bad.
I mean, you pretty much have to put Hooded Cobra Commander on this to fucking sell it.
With a throne and a podium.
And a naked Baroness. I mean, we're going there. We're going there. Not bikini's an option.
This comes with Bikini Lady J.
There you go.
That's the only way that and I agree. I think $60 Zania price point is where this would be.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's much debate on the price.
D-Mac says they loved the Recon sled in Cali when it come out. Huh.
Would that be because of the terrain that you guys have in California, like kind of playing with sands and rocks and things like that? I'm just trying to picture it because over here, I mean, I'd lose this thing in the grass, like because of we didn't mow the
Yeah.
grass for a week. Like, I mean, this thing couldn't see 1 foot in front of it. You know.
Yeah, I mean it, and he says they showed it often in the cartoon. Yeah, in that season, what 2 in
Oh, you
the
get well
80s.
better.
They pushed it. They pushed it.
You
They knew nobody wanted this thing. Like,
Well,
maybe if we put it in a cartoon.
because the cartoon was virtually advertising, right? And so
Yeah, right.
you're burying an image of play into a kid's mind. Like, don't you love these scenes? Don't you want to partake in these scenes? Buy our toys, right?
So Graph saying it explains Bazooka's facial expression. This is Bazooka going out in a blaze of glory.
Let me put it this way: the vibrations that thing is causing with those 3 rocking wheels and then the 1 centric wheel at the back. He's having the worst day of his life, like down there. Like jiggle nuts, mister.
I think Bazooka drew the short straw to be the guy to cover the retreat, and he knows he ain't making it out of there.
This, I agree. This is where you needed a green shirt trooper.
Yeah. Bazooka was the most useless guy in that squad, so he got the job of holding Cobra off so Sergeant Slaughter could get away. So I agree with part of that. Kids like the cool smaller vehicles at the time. You're right, but at no point was this ever cool.
No, but also remember, there was a big incentive. I keep going back to the shopping differences. Give parents a good low price point vehicle and they feel like they're contributing something great to their kid. Like it was a reward system for behaviors at a mall, having a good day out with the family. Parents used to do this. They would grab something while they were out grocery shopping. Here, you've been good. And this was a low price point. So they would make droves of these things. And good examples. Everybody wants pack rats. Those were even cheaper.
Yeah. No, that's perfect. That's exactly what these were. The small this was 86. This was probably $8.
Yeah, and I mean $1 difference over a figure. So sometimes kids would walk away with a figure and a vehicle in the same trip. The parents didn't feel like they spent a lot of money, right? It grew the line. The shit grew the line.
Get out for $10 with a figure and a vehicle. Yep.
But that strategy doesn't work now. It can't.
Put some snow camo paint on it, a G.I. Joe Army building snow soldier. Would you buy it then if they enclosed it in the snow? Possibly, because it looks like it would work much better as a snow vehicle to me.
But no, because I'd still be like, okay, for that minimal role in that environment, the winter environment, I currently have an Arcticus, I have a Frostbite, I have a Snow Job, I have bats, I have whatever. Look, it doesn't matter. I'm going to hold out for the polar battle bear. I'm going to hold out for the Ice Wolf or other ice vehicles that I'm expecting them to do, not repainting this piece of shit to look like a colder piece of shit. Sorry, if I don't mean that as a disrespect to the people that like that. I want to make that perfectly clear. It's just like that's where my mind takes me. That's all.
Yeah. And then let's see if I got one other. I know. We'll do one more out of the slides, and I got the perfect one, absolutely perfect one.
Good. I know which one it is. I know which one it is.
The absolute banger from 1987. As soon as I find the right button here to get this bad boy on the screen. How much are you guys paying for a Coastal Defender?
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to put, but it's good.
You was thinking about the raft, weren't you?
Radar
raft.
Thought you might go Pogo. Thought Pogo was in there, but and then there was
it is in here. It is in here.
Then there was the
it
rat,
yeah, the
but
rat.
no Coastal Defender.
The rat's the one I was trying to think of earlier when we talked.
So this thing did fold up into a box, if I remember right. Like there was
It
a
did.
design to it. Yeah, I didn't have it. Did you?
I did have it. Yes, I did have it.
So what'd you like about it, or what'd you hate about
Most of it.
it? Okay.
It was more fun folded up into the box as it was like
Is that a
this. And
towing
it is
table on the
towable.
back?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's towable. It's a trailer. It's a
Yeah,
trailer.
that's what I thought. Like I said, I never had it. I never saw it. I
Yeah.
just knew about it. Yeah.
Yeah, they would tow it into place with something much cooler and leave somebody in this box. And then when Cobra would come pulling up in the night landing or hydrofoil, this surprise, and it pops open and it's got 4 rockets, and then you're just, if you don't hit them, you're kind of fucked. But
Just
you had a
quickly,
radar dish so they could hear a communication dish so your teammates could hear you blow up.
duh. Yeah, they can hear you scream.
Yeah.
There's no armor.
Like, this is just aluminum.
Yeah, it's all spring loaded. Hey, it popped out of the box, no problems, but it takes 4 of us to put it back together. There's no. Yeah, what a horrible concept.
That's the only part of it I like is the concept. The functionality of it was awesome because it folded up and it just looked like a little towable trailer, and it popped apart, and I think the thing flipped up with the seat with the console in it. It really was like well designed. It was just what it did, like it was just a turd. It was more fun as the box because it could have been anything in there. They could have been hauling uranium, or something. But no, it's just Falcon again, knowing that he's bait.
That's why your face is so ugly, because you've taken a few, bud.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Trying to think of his last words right there.
Yeah. Tell Jinx I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh God.
Now I like Graf. I like Liquid's comment for days when Heavy Duty's off duty, but I like Graf's comment here. A little imagination and that thing flies around and shoots down rattlers. With a little imagination and a little of the zhuzhing up, I think classifying this thing up, they could actually make a cool, towable, neat little thing out of it.
Dude, I was thinking this earlier when I was like, okay, one, give it to you because you had it. I've never had this. But when I saw this, I was like, okay, if I'm have to make this work for Hasbro, I'm looking at what they just did with the ramp rats in that box. And now I've depicted these boxes dropping to the ground. And yeah, I would make this a parachutable defense system. I would classify it up a little bit. I'd put something in front of this guy to protect him a little bit, but it would work off almost virtually the same purpose. Same number of missiles, same general shape and functionality.
Needs a gun.
But it definitely needs an explanation. It needs some sort of logic behind it, because this on its own is just like, drop the box. Surprise, cockfag, I'm not a box.
Yeah.
It's like Metal Gear Snake here. It's
sneaking around in the cardboard box.
Transform back to box. Where'd he go?
And when you pull that lever and this thing falls apart, you're like, surprise! Can you push the lever back up and fold it back? And like, oh shit, I need some armor.
It's quite the commitment to fire this thing, man. Defending is a whole other story, right? So, what else we got? Come here, you.
Well, we hadn't come up with prices yet. We got to have a price for it.
So, that's a good question.
Yeah, you're getting it. They're making it. What are you willing to pay to get a a more functional coastal defender. I think this is a $80 vehicle with a figure.
Okay. I'm now seeing the corners I've painted myself as the new head designer for Hasbro. I've replaced Lenny, and this has come up and it's happening. All right. But I get to invent a price point.
Yeah, why not?
$50 US. No figure. You get to choose to leave it on the shelf or not, but I'm going to feel out this market of little trailer things, little devices, and how they compare to my sales of figures. Because this is going to open the door to things like pack rats and other little trinkets getting into the line. This is how I'm going to feel you out. That's my decision because you told me it had to happen. So $50.
Yep. Yep. But I mean, but with no figure, they said they're not going to do anything without one.
No,
But
because this is a box, you can put shit in it, not just a figure.
that's right.
But who do you employ? Whose job is it to drive a box? You pick a guy. He's going to tell you, no, man, I quit.
I actually do have
I'll show you with the box. What was in the box?
Yeah, exactly. No one. No one's in the box, kitty.
I made those specifically for when my cousin got his rattler way before everybody else, and then it just sat there and he wouldn't open it.
He wouldn't open it. I remember. We're getting mad.
There were people like me and poor Turk Murphy going, they forgot our rattler, and my cousin's over here doing streams with it in the shipper box over here. I'm like, yeah, I'll get around to it one day.
Yeah.
But oh, there he is. There he is. Poor fella's in a tinderbox. Yeah, everyone was all pissed off because nobody was getting rattlers, and he got his in like the beginning of the second week they shipped.
Yeah. What the shit? Pop doesn't even do reviews. Do reviews, Pop.
I was trying to get him to. I was like, dude, you know, because he got a Nemesis so early and got a hell of a response for somebody that didn't do reviews, because he did one on Nemesis Immortal before anybody had him. He got his first.
Yeah.
So all right,
I know how it feels.
we're gonna do one more. I'm gonna do one
Sure.
more. And then I gotta get out of here so we can talk for a minute when we're done and go to bed. Let me get this one open. This one's a little weird. This one, I can't wait to see what you think for this one.
My cat thinks I'm a little weird because he doesn't understand the concept of earbuds. He just thinks I'm yelling random things right now. It's awesome. You should see his face. He's like, he put his paw on my chin when I was talking. I was laughing. I was just like, you have no idea, dude.
It's like, dude, you all right?
Yeah. What
All
the
right.
shit?
All right, and let's see. Pop saying, the fucking Rattler was too big to do a review. My Nemesis review had a comment that said it was the worst review ever. So, good night, 610. We're about to
Night, buddy. Yeah, we're
gonna do one more of these. So they're definitely making it. These have been made. I think Plastic Fantastic, made these things. But what if we get an official Hasbro 3-figure belt loop carrying case? I think this would sell.
Yeah, nostalgic wise, collector wise, display wise, it's got a lot going for it, right? Functionality. What if you put this on your belt and it broke?
Oh, they would have to like definitely make the belt clip part awesome and like awesomely reinforced. Maybe make it out of maybe have a web gear, actually do a web gear somehow. Own it. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think, like, yes, I agree. It would have to have the belt loop. It would have to have some sort of functionality. But would I ever use that functionality as an adult? I mean, I get it if you're at Joe Fest. I think Baldy Locks had one of these on him. It was a print that somebody had made, and it made absolutely sense at Joe Fest.
Yeah, I think it was Plastic Fantastic that was making them. I think.
Yeah, but I mean, are you the guy that goes out and says, "Well, I'm gonna go do the old Ross Target and Ollie's trip today," and you're gonna strap one of these to your hip and go Joe figure hunting? And it's just like, what are you gonna pay for that in your life? I think this just sits on a shelf. I'm gonna go with $50.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm gonna go 30. I think
You're gonna go 30?
30 to 40. Of course, you're not gonna get any kind of exclusive figure. Maybe they put a patch with it. They put one patch with this in the
What if
box.
I told you they clip together? You can wear them like a bullet bandolier across your chest, dual straps.
You can
A
stack
whole
them.
collection.
You can
I carry
stack
all
them.
my stack them. Yep. I was gonna
Yeah,
say you carry all your pocket figs, all of them.
yeah, yeah. See, so when you go to shit like conventions, pocket figs, and you actually can put them in there, and people will know what it is and be like, "Oh shit, what's your belt fig?"
Players got game. Oh.
Uh, what if you put it on your belt and went on a date? If you could find somebody to go out on a date with you wearing that, that's a keeper.
Yeah. I'm gonna say because you're the guy that puts this on your belt to go out on dates. So yeah, you better keep her because that's a one and done situation.
No, actually, if you are the dude that is wearing this and you meet somebody and they want to go on a date with you, that's the keeper.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the thought process is there. It's a unique pairing,
Yep. So
star-crossed, if you would.
now this would be something definitely aimed at our age group, but I would buy one of these. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Where I would use it, and it needs to be sturdy, but I'm thinking like if I'm down at my camper and I want to take just a small handful of few figures down to the creek, and I could put this on my belt. It's like throwing shit in a backpack. I could put this on my belt, spinning around to the back or something, so I don't catch it in any trees or anything. Walking through the woods, you just want to do a quick little shoot with a couple figures. I think it's perfect, and
Yeah, I
you
mean,
could
I can.
even have it in the shot like this, where it looks like a storage crate. I think it would be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got its symmetry with doing photography too, right? It's a backdrop. It's a few things.
Yeah.
You got to wonder if Punk with toys, which is this is part of my hotel kit now. I have got 12 of these.
We put your razor and one of those little short toothbrushes in there, some
Yeah.
toothpaste.
Shit, I forgot the pack figs.
Damn it. Oh man, my teeth will be clean, but I don't have any toys for the hotel.
What are you getting so mad about? Look, you cut me, you dick.
So I think this would be neat, man. I think it'd be cool. Take it to work with you, wear it like a fanny pack. Hell yeah. Storage purposes, just a stack. They got a stack. Yep.
Yeah. This would be my lunchbox on my first day working for Valiverse. I'd be like, fuck, I fired.
I didn't even get the lunch and they fired me. I was on the way to the break room.
Sometimes I think, sometimes I think I want to fail.
Oh, Bob says, stop it. You're putting them bitches in a bag or a backpack. So I have a bag that I use, but if I only wanted a couple, yeah, I've got like a small duffel and I put them in Ziplocs and put the Ziplocs in the duffel. But if you're only taking you only want 3 or 4 or whatever, and that's it, and just throw them in there and don't have to worry about it. You don't have to carry a bag. You ain't seen the hill I got to walk down to get down to that creek.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be neat. So just a little fun item.
I can't remember that without remembering the big Darth Vader head that you used to carry Star Wars figures in. It would fold out, same as the Hot Wheel car transport. This was to make kids go outside and play. Go take your collection somewhere, right?
Yeah, absolutely. How many do you think you could fit on a belt? 3 or 4? You could do 4.
I mean, you could walk out there looking like a goddamn space marine. You could get belt suspenders, hip holsters, like goddamn Lenny designed you.
Rock and roll. Get you a couple belts and just rock and roll.
Can't sit in my car, so this is going to be a problem getting to the convention. So we'll take the bus.
You'd be a winner on the bus with a few of them too. Let me tell you.
You just been pickpocketed from every direction. People ripping off your figs.
Right there, like, check it out, man! I got that new night. I got that new Night Force chuckles. Oh shit! Why didn't they put a lock on this thing?
Yeah, no locks, Lenny. No locks, Lenny.
Then we complain about the locks in the review.
Yeah, we're running away with that one. Stupid horse.
It's
I'll kill you.
Yeah. Kill you. All right, it's time to wrap it up. I'm getting tired. All right, so we still got 20 of you guys hanging in. Hit that like if you hadn't so far. I would
Much
certainly appreciate it. So, Crow, what do you got coming up over on the Crusty Old Crow channel? I think you probably got a couple videos coming soon.
You would think. Yeah. So I've had appointments I've had to space things out. So I do expect I will have my review of the G.I. Joe Classified Zanya and Dreadnought Chameleon bracket Swamp Skier up by probably tomorrow evening. And, it might be following or ahead of the review of the Acid Rain Locust UT 101. Those are the most immediate things I have on the horizon, but I was not expecting Zanya. I was expecting my Special Forces Legacy Trooper. I have a feeling that'll probably be coming this week as well. So that's what you can expect from my channel in the immediate future. What about yourself, my friend?
I don't really have any reviews per se. I do have the video that I've referenced a few times. I think I'll put it live tomorrow, so guys will just have to watch for that one. It's long, it's an hour long, so get them 2x trigger fingers ready for the first part of it anyway. So I'm not by any means the first person to do a video on it, but I think I do a couple things different than some people have in mind. So I'm not even gonna tell you what it is. Just watch tomorrow. I'll put it out. Other than that, I'll be back here next week with Pop Blender for the last show in April, and I think that's about it.
All right. I got to point something out I just discovered really quick.
Did you break it? You didn't break it, did you?
No, it's something that is not clear because I don't think this thing had instructions for assembly because it looked very simple. Attach skis, you're done. There is a slight difference in the skis. Be aware of when you go to mount them. Okay, where is it?
Does it have an L and an R on it? They put that on a
No, it's oh, maybe it's not. Sorry, I thought there was a little obstruction on it's. Yeah, there is. It's on the back ski and not the front ski. I'll show you here. I'll take them off because I've got to switch them. All right, there's a bracket obstruction on the outer perimeter of this ski right here. These two sides that isn't present on the other set of two skis. I had these on the back because it allowed me to lock it into a catwalk situation, like I showed you earlier.
Yeah.
But when I was looking at the back of it, they were inwardly aligned, the back skis. And it was because these little brackets I'm pointing at was rubbing against this coil spring. So I have a feeling maybe these are meant to be on the front. I'm going to find out and get that sorted out before I finish my review. But it's easy to look at the skis and think they all look the same because they're presented the same. And I don't think they are at all.
No, they're definitely different. So, yeah, have to figure out which ones go where.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all keep an eye out for those videos. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. Hope it was entertaining. And
thanks for the support tonight, you guys. That was really kind. Appreciate you.
Yeah. That was awesome. I'm glad to see that come in. So, all right, we will see you guys in a couple weeks. Take it easy. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.